Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. For those about to talk, we salute you. Talk Radio.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. I'm in a weird position. I mean, weird. I mean, what I mean by that is I've got a deaf in my right ear. Not completely deaf. I mean, I am going deaf, and it's a terrifying. I was giving a talk the other day, and I couldn't understand a word the kids were saying, primarily because they were mumbling. I'm bunged up in my right ear, so I have no idea how that's going to impact the show.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Alan.
Ian.
The show hasn't started, Alan.
Well, I want to be the first before you play I want to choose the Fall Guys, the opening tune.
No, you can't, no.
Well, I'm not complaining about the Littlest Hobo.
I wasn't going to play the Littlest Hobo today. I've got something else lined up for us.
What we got?
Have we called you back?
Yes, you did.
Okay, well, shall we listen to this song that I've got queued up?
Yeah.
What with it, being my show and stuff.
Okay.
And then we'll see if you approve.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mama put the popcorn kernels in the pot. She turned up the heat, now the pot is getting hot. And when those popcorn kernels start to pop, 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 pop.
Caddick?
Very tasty.
Yeah, did that. I don't know what that was coming up there.
It was very tasty.
It was tasty. What he's done there, what he has done there is, it was a song about popcorn, a food, and you have said, what did you say, Alan, remind me?
Very popcorn crazy.
No, is that what you said?
Well, when we were talking about popcorn...
Yes.
And I said it was very tasty.
You said tasty, but then you said popcorn crazy.
Because we were talking about popcorn when we first talked about it. And you were right at the earlier topic.
Let's just analyse that for a second. We were talking about popcorn when we first talked about it.
Yeah, in one of your earlier shows.
A wise man once said, we were talking about popcorn when we were first talking about it.
It was from show number 3.
Now, what show number is it today? Because I was recording the podcast link. You can download them
32.
from... 32. Is it 32?
Yeah.
I thought it was 37.
I think it's 32.
Guess who's coming on the show tomorrow?
Who we got tomorrow?
Angelos Epithimu.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, do you know who he is?
I've heard of him, a very funny comedian.
Yeah, and guess who's coming on the show if he replies to his emails on Thursday?
Please let it be Mr. Adam Buxton.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Adam Buxton. He may even be sat in this very studio, depending on if he replies to his flipping emails. I'm going to be on his podcast. He's going to be on this show.
Ooh, sounds very promising.
It sounds it sounds promising, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And here's a weird thing, Alan.
What's that?
I'm on Talk Radio now.
Live across the UK on digital and online at talkradio.co.uk.
Yes! Yes! I'm also on BBC Radio 4 Extra right now.
Ooh!
Yeah, right this very... may not be this very, very second. Should we... I don't know if we're legally allowed to do this.
Let's hear the delay.
Well, let's have a little listen. Let's go. How do I go to listen live? Okay, let's listen live. Here we go. Hang on. Here we go. This could be me. Here we go. Booting. The computer's booting up. Here we go. Booting up. Here we go.
I think we've almost reached that part of
No, it's not. Okay, we have to... I'm doing the links, right, in between the comedy programmes on BBC Radio 4 Extra.
Continuity.
I beg your pardon?
It's called continuity.
Continuity. Wow! That was a close one. 0844 499 1000 if you want
Remember
this.
they call you back?
Yes, well, thank you very much indeed. So we're going to have to time it. I'm on, like, between now and, I think, midnight, maybe. So I need to... We'll see if we can time it. So I reckon, about 24 minutes past, I'll be doing a link on BBC Radio 4 Extra.
Ooh, sounds interesting.
Doesn't it sound interesting? Hey, speaking of interesting, listen to this. Oh, hang on a minute. I've only got one volume control, but it don't matter. It don't matter because I can do this, and then I can boost this up, and then I can go like this. I can go. Hang on a second.
Hi, I'm Gene Simmons.
And I'm Paul Stanley, and we are part of KISS. And you make sure you tune into Iain Lee's new late night show.
That's what I'm talking about, Alan Caddick.
Celebrity endorsement.
Celebrity, it's what it's all about. This, and I'm glad you brought this up, Alan, because this is what tonight's show is going to be about. Celebrity. Oh, I've lost the. I didn't write anything down. That's why there's no bit of paper. It's all about celebrity endorsements, Alan. So if anybody is listening that can do, let's be honest, there's no celebrities actually listening. If anybody can do a passable impression of a celebrity, 0844 499 1000. We need your calls. We need them now, guys. Those are real celebrities. Just for those who missed it.
Hi, I'm Gene Simmons.
And I'm Paul Stanley, and we are part of KISS. And you make sure you tune into Iain Lee's new late night show.
Those are real celebrities. Yes, technically they're actually endorsing a show I did 6 years ago, but there's no reason for the punters to know that. So, if any other celebrities, or if you have the technology at home, dear listener, to edit audio so that you can, it sounds like famous people are talking about me, that would be awesome as well. Thank you. We're transmitting the show live on talkradio.co.uk. You can listen on the DAB in the UK. You can download the smartphone app, or you can watch us, Alan. Where can you watch us?
On Facebook.Iain Lee.
Close.
Facebook.com/Iain Lee.
Thank you, Alan. Well, it almost, it should end not without a fade out, with a boom, 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 boom. In fact, hang on, I think I can make it end with a boom, 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 boom. Can't I? Don't I have the technology to,
Good morning, sir.
No, hang on. Oh, yeah, hang on a second. I can make it end with a boom, 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 boom. Hang on a second, hang on. This is how exactly how this should end. Bear with me.
Boom, 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 boom.
There we go. That's how that song should end. That, dear listener, is how that show should start and how that song should end. I never got musicals. I never really got musicals, right? Because I think they're stupid. And I wish I'd liked them. But most songs in musicals, they're not very good, are they? They're not very good. I was about to do one then, and I thought, whoa, steady on, fella. There's no need for that. I'm deaf in one ear. It's making me feel very flighty today. I don't know why. 0844 499 1000. Any song that is progressing a story, I think, is pointless. The only there are 1.5 good musicals. Hair is the one. Hair is awesome. Hair is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best musical of all time. Every time it comes to London, boom, I'm there. And it's not just because I get to see Knockers and Norks, and because it's outweighed by the Dinkles and the Hair, because it's the 60s. So it's outweighed by that. When they sing about long, beautiful hair, it's not just on their heads. My hair like Jesus wore it. Hallelujah, I adored it. They're talking about their downstairs hair and Jesus' downstairs hair. And if you think that's acceptable, there's also a really weird line in Hair, right? I mean, it's got the M word in. Let's not beat around the bush again. Hair, it's got the M word in, and some people find that shocking. I don't find the M word shocking. If I'm completely honest, I don't. I'm a very privileged, middle-aged, middle-class white gentleman. So there's no reason why I would necessarily be offended by the N-word. I'm not offended by the N-word, and I don't quite get. I think a little bit of the, you can't say that. I think a little bit of that is pantomime, isn't it? Isn't it? I can understand. I know that it's a horrible word, and it symbolises oppression, and I get that. But I think the shock of it is, I think a lot of people put that on. They put the shock on, don't they? Don't they? It's the I want to be offended brigade. Have you heard their record? It's great. It's them being offended. And I think it's that primarily. 0844 499 1000. I've no idea why we're talking about that. It's like, no, I do know why. The N-word is like what the C-word used to be 25 years ago. 25 years ago. Because 25 years ago, right, maybe even not as long ago as that, the C-word was like, whoa, you don't even... Here comes a lovely cup of tea. Thank you, Iz.
No worries.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Okay, man.
All good.
I'm deaf in my right ear. I might ask you to give me a slap or something later on. But let's... You looked a little bit too keen there for the slap. A little bit. Kath, can you get him away from me? Thank you. The C word, before... I remember when the C word was on television. If the C word was going to be on television, right, it would be talked about in school the next day. But also they had to give out a special warning. Right? There's bad language, they say, coming up in this show, there's bad language. If it was the C word, right, and you'd know it's going to be the C word, because they'd say, coming up in this show features extreme bad language. You thought, boom, the C word is going to be in there. I remember once on the 11 o'clock show, Ricky Gervais dropped the C word, and I'm not sure what happened. The producer said, we meant to bleep it out, but they didn't. I don't buy that. But they didn't tell Channel 4 that the C word was in it, so they didn't give the warning. And I mean, how long ago was that? 15 years ago. And I remember that people being very angry the next day. And now the C word... I've said the C word to my mum. Yeah, I've done that. I've not called her it. That would be outrageous. She's in a wheelchair. What do you think I am? A disableist now? Probably. Little bit. Aren't we all? But I have said, I remember... Kath, I'm going to ask you if I can say a word. Male hen. Cock. I did a show with my friend Mackenzie Crook, like years ago. We did a stand-up show in Edinburgh. And it had a song at the end of it called It's Bigger Than Yours. Charlie, you're a hip with a lady, my friend, ain't that the truth? With your da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and the sexy gap in your tooth. But you're getting on a bit, Charlie. I'm younger and wiser, what's more. I've got the tackle that the ladies want. It's bigger than yours. And that was it. And that's how I first got introduced to Bob Mortimer, because he loved that song. Anyway, and my mum came and saw that show. And I remember thinking, I was so nervous. Hi, American friends watching on Facebook. This is what radio can be like in a really free country. That'll annoy them. And my mum came and saw this show, and I remember feeling terrible about it. And she loved that song, and that made me think anything. I can say anything in front of my mum, and I can, and I do. The only time she's ever told me off for crossing a line. We'll start the show in a little bit. I don't know where this is coming from. The only time she's ever told me off for crossing a line was on the 11 o'clock show, when we did a joke about the Queen Mum. And I don't know if she died. When did the Queen Mum die? Was it this century? I don't know. We did a joke about the Queen Mum, and my mum phoned... I'm going to say the Queen Mum died in 1998. It was after that. Okay. 2001. Something like that. So it may have been about the dying. And my mum phoned me up the next day, and we always felt, I love the show, and thought it was very funny last night. She said, Ian, I'm really disappointed in you. Please don't do any more jokes about the Queen Mother. Wowzers. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, was I in very serious trouble. So, what have we established so far? Not a lot. Another word that you couldn't say, right? And people don't remember this. I think I'm the only person that remembers this. Cancer. No one could say cancer. Up until the 90s, No one said cancer. That was the other C word, the big C. Do you remember this? The big C. Or, Grandad died. And they'd mouth it and whisper like that. Isn't it funny? And now, it's cancer this and cancer that, which is great. It's great. That there's, imagine being, I was, this must have happened this must have changed when I was growing up, because I'm struggling to remember it exactly. But imagine being embarrassed of cancer. Or I guess maybe it was fear of cancer. Yeah, well, he got cancer and died. And here's another thing. Flipping heck. What does it mean when someone's done themselves a mischief? Oh, does that mean you put your back out? I always thought it was a sexual thing. He's got a right. What's the phrase? He's got a right bit of mischief. He's done a right bit of he's done himself a mischief. He's done himself a mischief. I always thought it meant, this is what I thought. 0844 499 1000. Please, did God, someone call in, otherwise it's literally 3 hours of a man. I'm guessing that those drugs I bought in 1993 are finally kicking in at last. Sing hosannas. I always thought that if someone did themselves a mischief, it meant putting their back out having sex. It's a very specific injury. Well, there's a lot there to be getting our tongues around. You wouldn't get this on LBC, would you? Would you? 0844 499 1000. Let's have this. Here comes the water. Get rid of that music bed. Get rid of that awful music bed. It's gone. There we go. I'm controlling the vibes tonight. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. What are we talking about tonight? Well, I don't really know. The show is a show where we can talk about anything. So far we've talked about cancer. Someone's had a mischief. Musicals are rubbish. And I've got no idea what we had at the very, very top of the show. But you can call in about any of those things, or anything you fancy, really. 0844 499 1000. Ringo Starr's on the line. Yes, Ringo.
Hello, mate. You all right? It's Ringo Starr here from the Beatles.
Hey, Ringo!
You all right, mate?
Yes, buddy.
Just ringing up to endorse the show.
Fancy. Let me get rid of Billy Ocean. Right, go on then. Can you record...
What's the on, mate? Is that it?
What?
Oh, go on, sorry. Yeah, go on. Yeah, right, go. Yeah, right. What do you want to record?
Can you record just like a fun message, as you say, endorsing the show... because you're Ringo Starr, obviously.
Obviously, I'm Ringo Starr. Yes, obviously.
Yeah, well, no.
Are you recording?
Yes, it's recording. Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. Hello, it's Ringo Starr here from the Beatles, and I'm endorsing Iain's show. Peace and love. Is that all right?
A little bit more.
Just phone in for idle chat or whatever, and 08. Hang on, I'll have a look. 0844 419 3000.
The perfect, Ringo. What are you up to these days?
I'm decorating my room at the moment.
Well, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah. It's boring as hell. That's why I'm ringing you right now. But
you're not. Listen, the last time we had decorators on the show, they ended up having...
No, nothing like that, no.
There's no sexerating going on?
No, nothing like that.
Okay, well, that's a shame, no. But you probably have more sex than you can hum a song to.
Well, I'm a bit past that now, but, back in the day, yeah.
You're 73? Here's the thing, right, when I was a kid, 53-year-olds look really, really old, right? And now you, Ringo, you look younger than your son.
Oh, well, I don't know what to take from that. Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure, Ringo. Take care, buddy.
Take care, mate.
Ta-ta. Ringo Starr. Ladies and gentlemen, Ringo Starr. Oh, 0844 499 1000. We call you back, okay? So don't worry about the number and stuff. We call you back. Anthony Ferral.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what?
So, you were talking before, yeah? About how, like, the C word, like, you can't say the C word. I'm not going to say the C word.
That's okay, but I have a dump button here in front of me, just in case you choose to.
Yeah, I won't
get ready,
say it,
Facebook.
What I'm saying, like, what you're saying is, like, that was, like, the last swear word what there was, yeah?
I think it's been replaced by the N-word.
The what word?
The N-word.
I won't pretend I don't know what the N-word is.
You know what the N-word is.
Yeah, I know what the N-word is. Yeah, of course I know, but I'm not going to say it, am I?
No, I'm not asking you to say it. But I think, because back in the 70s, you could say the N-word, right? But you couldn't say the C-word. Now, you can say the C-word, but you can't say the N-word. And the thing is,
and there's yeah, go on.
It's just words, Anthony Ferral. Why have I got your surname?
Why not? I'm
going to call you Mr. Ferral.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
That's very
sir.
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Ferral. Mr. Ferral and Mr. Lee. Invite you to dinner. To join them now, and dinner will be served by Mr. Ferral and Mr. Lee, who are a very the first homosexual couple to be married in 1836, before it was outlawed. And but
I'm up for it. I'm up for it,
buddy. If all we need is a time machine and love.
Well, all we need is cocktails. Listen, there's other words that you used to be able to say, but you can't say no more. Not just the M word.
Yeah.
So there's new swear words like ugly. You can't say ugly.
You're actually making a good point, Mr. Ferral.
Thank you, manners. So sorry, Mr. Lee. So and words like can I say slapper? You can't say slapper no more.
Well, you could. You think okay?
No,
you can
you
say
can't,
ugly, and you can say ugly, and you can say slapper, but you can't say that girl there is ugly and she's a slapper. That's what they call body shaming and slut shaming.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't do that no more.
And do you miss those days of when you could pick on women for the way they looked, Mr. Ferral?
No, I don't because I'm like, no, but I don't. What I worry about.
Go on.
I worry that, and I don't mean this like I'm saying it. I worry that your mum is going the same way. If we lose your mum,
what do you know about my mum that I don't know? She's all right, isn't she?
Nothing. No, your mum is fine. But
hang on a minute, mate. That's my mum you're talking about.
Yeah,
don't take my mum's fine. She's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, she's fine.
Just leave her alone.
Look, that's what I'm saying. If they
you are not having. Listen, we got married in the 1830s. We were the first homosexual couple to get married before they made it illegal. And now you want to marry my mum, Dad?
Mr. Ferral Lee, yeah, we'll go double barrel. Yeah,
all right then.
We'll go double barrel. Mr. Ferral Lee, what I'm saying is first. Yes. They came for the people that said the N-word, and I did not speak out because I didn't use that kind of language.
Yes, buddy.
Nasty.
Yes.
Then they come for the people that said the C-word, and I did not speak. I am speaking out now. I'm drawing a line. You have to be able to still say your mum.
I do think... All right. I do think a lot of them are just words. They're just words, right? And how do we imbue... I don't know if that's the right term. How do we imbue so much weight and power into a collection of letters?
Well, because, there's laws, in it. Like, you can't incite hatred and
No, but exactly. But why do some words, right, come with such... They're like spells. The N-word is like a spell, right? Door is not a spell. Door and ask and leg. They're not spells. But
you're getting somewhere though with it. You're getting somewhere.
I'm getting somewhere, Mr. Ferral. But the N-word and the C-word, they are spells, and slut is is a smaller spell. And the F word is a spell, and they're spells, and we cast these spells, and it creates a reaction bigger than the 4 or 5 or 6 letters that word is comprised of. Hey,
what you're saying is that there needs to be a spelling test. That's not what. No, literally, that's not what I'm saying. No, all right. What I'm saying is, mate, we're going to have to go to counselling at this rate. Yeah, I think it's over, Mr. Ferral. Oh my gosh! Oh my days! Goodbye. Don't call this. I'm going back to my mum. I'm going back to my mum. Yeah, I'm going back to you. Can't because I've gone back to your mum already, and I'm there. Of course you have. And when she wakes up, yeah, she'll love it. Here's the thing. All right, I miss being able to say that people are fat or ugly. I miss it. I miss it a little bit, and that's me being completely honest. I know you do. I was thinking about. I was thinking of talking about your mum there, and it reminded me of a wonderful weekend we had in Paris. No, I'm reminded of a really. I'm going to say something horrible, right? But it's an old school heckle put down.
Yeah, go on.
And I've got to phrase it because again, it's this sentence has got so many little spells in it that will create. All right, so I'm doing a stand-up gig, right? You heckle me. Hang on a minute. Let me have some water. Hang on.
Okay. Ready?
You heckle me. Go.
Oh, mate, you are dry. Is that right?
Yeah, it's good actually. It's fun. All right, Mr. Ferral. Here's something. Do you know the reason your mum's so fat?
No.
It's because every time she performs a sexual act on me, I give her a biscuit.
Oh, my days.
The impression now, and the implication is there, because the biscuits don't make you fat. She must have had a lot of biscuits. How's she getting them biscuits?
Yeah. Oh, I've just realised.
That she's performing lots of sexual acts.
You have body and sex shamed
your mum,
one of my closest family members.
And that's why
I do not know that I can recover.
And that is why it's important that we respect those words. And I've never spoken to him. He was a good call. I liked him. I've never spoken to him before. Have I? Oh, okay. 0844 499 1000. Let me pause. I'm just going to pause. The boys are back in town while we take some ads and I blow my nose. We're just trying a few things here, and you can listen online on talkradio.co.uk. You can download the app. You've all got the apps on your phone. I've got the app on my phone. That's how I listen. The DAB by the bedroom. I don't know how to do. Oh, I might be on Radio 4. Oh, I probably missed it. Oh, hang on. Listen live. I might be me. Hang on. Radio 4 Extra. Hang on. Shh. It could be me. It's be me.
We've all got enemies.
It's me!
And,
I'm on Radio 4 Extra!
Enemy, like the person at the supermarket who you're kind of having an ongoing battle with.
I'm making this up as I'm saying
things, or maybe it's an old school friend or someone at work. But how many of us have actually got our very own nemesis?
Yeah.
Huh? Maybe you've got more than one. The plural, of course, is nemesis. Well, Pip faces his nemesis
just got into a programme.
Next, in Bleak Expectations.
Boom! Radio 4, that caller just went, so we just lost a caller. Because, was it? Oh, okay. We've just lost a caller because they went, wow, Iain Lee's on Radio 4 Extra and Bleak Expectations is on? I'm having me some of that. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. Well, I can destroy, if I can be bothered to wake up on a Sunday, I'll destroy him as well. If I can be bothered. I'll do that. Sam's on the line. Yes, Sam.
Hello. I'm calling up for some advice.
You've come to the right place. I'm listening to karaoke version of Boys Are Back in Town, so I'm obviously the man to give the advice.
Well, you've mentioned in the past that you're face dyslexic.
I don't recognise faces, yes.
I don't recognise music. So I need help.
Ooh. How does this manifest itself?
Well, I can't remember the names of the songs or the artists, like albums, anything.
Yeah.
But lyrics is a completely another thing. I'm never going to remember lyrics.
Okay.
So, I've listened to your show in the past, and you've mentioned the Kinks.
Yes.
And I quite like 60s music, and that's about as much as I know.
Okay.
And I've been listening to the Village Preservation Act. Society.
Yes.
I'd like to listen to the Beach Boys, but I don't know what to listen to.
Okay. Well, do you? I don't know if I've got any Beach Boys on my computer. I might have it. Hang on a minute. Doesn't matter about computer. Computer can kiss my chuddies. I've got my iPod here. Right. Hang on a second. We zoom back through the years. Okay. Well, okay. Oh, let me play you something. This is what I was trying to find on the internet, right? Not for you, for Kath, right? Listen to this, right? This is you can get like lots of Beach Boys bonus tracks now, where they take the music off, and it's just the vocals, right? It's just the vocals. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Have a listen to this. You'll like this. Here we go. Have a listen to this.
Okay.
I thought about a summer day and how the time just floats away. Pretty things like incense and flowers, I wanna make them part of our sweet love. Could last forever. Our sweet love, our sweet love could last forever. I thought about a winter night and how I'd like to hold you tight. Candlelight or warmth of a fire, or we can make them part of our sweet love. Honey, it's heaven.
Come on, Sam. Sam, no?
Oh, that's stunning.
You want some of that? Hang on. Say a bit more. Hang on.
Could last forever. Sweet love, sweet love. Like a child with his new toy, my heart is filled with joy for our sweet love. Honey,
It's the flippin' Beach Boys, and that's why they're one of the best bands in the world.
How do I find it?
Well, okay, that you've got to buy a really expensive box set to find that. I can't help you with that. And it's not on YouTube either. What? So you want to get into the Beach Boys?
I've probably had a few of their songs. I just can't remember them.
All right, let's play. Okay, let's try. Okay, here we go. You now, do you know this song? Do you know that one?
Is it like surfing on timpani? I'm getting Frank Sidebottom, aren't I?
That's fun.
Fun. Okay.
All right,
I'm writing that down.
Right, fun. Here's what I like. This one. Normally, this is a slightly obscure one, but I like this one. Here we go. Hang on. Here we go. Go. After 6 hours of school, I've had enough of the day. I hit the radio dial, I turn it up all the way. I mean, what a great rhyming couplet to start off. After 6 hours of school, I've had enough of the day. I hit the radio dial, I turn it up all the way. I love to dance. Huh, Sam? It's the power of youth.
I need it in my life.
Huh?
I need it in my life.
You need this. Okay, here we go.
Give me some albums.
Okay, here's the best introduction to any pop song ever. Fact. Here we go. Listen to the cymbal. Listen to the weird cymbal. The weird cymbal. What's that about? The cymbal. The weird cymbal. Ta 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 ta. What is that doing?
Oh, beautiful.
Ta 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 ta. And then that refrain has got nothing to do with the rest of the song. And it's the most misogynistic lyrics, but it's still even the staunchest feminist would happily, I'm pretty sure, would happily stand up and sing California Girls. My suggestion, Sam, is you buy the best of the Beach Boys.
Okay.
Hope that helps. Thanks very much indeed. 0844499 1000 is the telephone number. Yes, Kyle.
Hi, Ian. I've got you a celebrity endorsement.
Hey!
Okay, right, so I won't put it on speakerphone. I'll just play it and you should be able to hear it.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Paul and I play the bass. That's not important right now. What is important is this guy. It's only Iain Lee.
Literally couldn't hear a word. What were you playing? The sound of a worm dying. I couldn't hear anything.
John, I can try once more. It didn't help. My phone went off then.
But it will. But will it? What are you going? Okay. What are you going to do to improve the sound factor there? Because it was the sound factor was what was letting us down there.
I could put it on speakerphone. That should work. I know you don't like that.
Oh, speakerphone never works. Let's try it.
Okay. Hang on.
Hi, I'm Paul and I play the bass. That's not important right now. What is important is this guy. It's only Iain Lee.
Literally, nothing could be heard, but I appreciate
the efforts that went into play there. Thank you, Kyle. Wowzers. Okay. Oh, why not plug this in? Hang on. There we go. And switch over. Thank you very much indeed. That's 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. We'll get Kath in after 11 because I've got a new game. We had a really good game yesterday of and I was going to say we had a good game of Jobs with Sticks poker. I've got a new one. And I've got the best question ever. I've got to write this down. I didn't write any of this down. The best question ever, right? That my youngest asked me, and it's one of those questions you go, well, that's easy. It's let's Google it when we get home. That's my usual thing, meaning I hope they forget to ask that question. But it's a brilliant question. And you know what? We can work it out. Between us, dear listener, with you involved as well, I think we can work out. So that would be... Oh, jeez. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's have some of this. We've gone to Periscope because Facebook was freezing and stuff. While I'm on my Beach Boys trip, listen, oh man, the thing about the Beach Boys, right? My favourite group in the world, the Monkees. Although I'm taking a step back from monkey fandom because there are a lot of arses out there, so I'm taking a little step back just to say and it's for But the best group in the world are the Beach Boys, without a shadow of a doubt. The Monkees are the favourite, but the Beach Boys are the best, right? Have a listen to this. This is another one, Acapulco. Have a listen to this.
I'm thinking about this whole world. I think about the love of this whole world. Lots of different people everywhere.
Listen to them in the back. Bop did it. Bop did
When
it.
I go anywhere, I see love.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
I see love.
Here it comes.
I see love.
It's coming in a minute.
When girls get mad at boys and go.
When girls get mad at boys and go, many times they're just putting on a show. Listen.
But
Here it comes. Here it comes. He does some crazy chords.
You are there.
Bop did it. What is that? Here it comes. Bear with me.
Happy 'cause you're living and you're free.
Do it, boys. Do it now.
Now here comes another day.
Here it comes now.
I'm thinking about this whole world.
This old world. Oh, God. They've not finished. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Late at night, I think about the love of this whole world.
Bop did it. I mean, wow. That's on an album that sold about 27 copies. The best Beach Boys album of all time, right? Sunflower. Seriously, it sold 0, man. And it's all that. Flippin' heck. Oh, man alive. Thank God for the Beach Boys. Brian Wilson, May the 14th, I think. I'm taking my 6-year-old to see, and I've been trying to educate him with it a little bit. We've gone in for the Beach Boys hits. We're going to get into the Pet Sounds a bit later on. It's happening. Harold Bishop's on the line. Yes, Harold.
Good day, mate. You all right?
I'm good, thank you, Harold. Yes. I mean, I would have
It's
thought...
Harold Bishop here. I play Harold Bishop in Neighbours, mate. I did.
Yeah, and Lou Carpenter used to play Lou Carpenter of Lou Carpenter Cars, didn't he?
Yeah, if you like.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just an endorsement, mate. Like the show. Great.
I mean, it's literally just a man's voice. But yes! Can you say that for us, Harold?
Yeah, hello. It's Harold Bishop here from Ramsey Street.
Yep.
I listened to Ian's show through the old internet, and I think he's great.
Thanks, Harold.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Ta-ta. I mean, it was... Do you remember? Okay. Pop stars. Come in here, Kath. We can play this. It's got a new game now. A new game.
And if anyone wants to play Pop Stars on Neighbours, 0844 499 1000, we will call you back. We will call you back. Let's, I might have to unplug this a little bit. You're right.
I'm trying to remember what Craig's surname was.
Oh, okay. We're playing Pop Stars on Neighbours.
All right, here we go.
I was trying to get me in. Pop Stars on Neighbours. I'll go first.
Ay. Loud.
Pops. I wait for 499 1000. If you want to play this game, I've just invented it. It's called Pop Stars on Neighbours.
Go.
I can't lose because I've got a humdinger.
I bet I've got a better one.
I bet you haven't.
I bet I have.
Craig McLaughlin.
Okay. Natalie Imbruglia.
Jason Donovan.
Kylie Minogue.
Oh, I may have to go to my trump earlier than I was expecting to.
I've got it. I bet I know which one you're thinking of.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Stefan Dennis.
Yeah, that one.
Don't make you feel good. You look tiny on the camera, look.
I've got no shoes on.
Don't it make you feel good? Go on, your turn. And I've still not used my trump. Dearie me. I'm not Googling it, I'm just going to find the clip.
You are.
No, I'm not. Wasn't that Beach Boys stuff good?
Oh, gosh.
Let me make you a tape.
Oh, gosh, that was amazing. Right. But you're putting me off. And this must not be allowed.
Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah. Cool.
Gosh, who else?
They all had a go.
Did Mark Little do one?
Who?
Mark Little.
No, he didn't. He didn't, actually. He made a film. He's a good actor, good comedian.
Because that Harold Bishop sounded a lot more like Mark Little.
Yeah. Shall I give my trump card?
Go.
Pet Shop Boys.
What?
Pet Shop Boys.
Well, they appeared on Neighbours.
Quick, here you go, Pet Shop Boys and Neighbours. Here's the actual scene.
I've got some lovely music for the car on the way.
How nice. What is it?
Oh, just a compilation of tapes.
What are they?
Well, you'll love it, Helen. It's our generation music. Elvis Presley.
Helen Daniels was, let's be honest, fit.
I think she was supposed to be on a Blackman, wasn't she?
Yeah, yeah. Here we go.
Me?
It's one of the Pet Shop Boys.
Crikey, where'd you spring from?
Good question. I'm a little lost.
You're English?
Yeah, that's right. I'm looking for a recording studio which is round here somewhere.
Oh, yes, that's that studio where the kids did their recordings.
Mushroom Records. It would have been Mushroom Records.
Are you in a band?
Yeah, the Pet Shop Boys.
Oh, well, I'm sure you're destined for big things one of these days.
Up yours, Grandma! I'm famous!
I can't remember who she was, that one.
No, nor can I. Helen Daniels was fit. He was looking for Mushroom Records.
Fit.
Oh, come on!
She had good hair. She was like a fit Mary Berry.
He was looking... Who was... So Mushroom Records released all the music.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the name of the guy that ran Mushroom Records? It was like Smeg Dirkley or something. What? He had a name like that, didn't he? Mushroom Records.
No one's got a name like that.
It was like... I didn't say it was that. I said it was like that. It was like Smeg Dirkley or something. Do you know who I mean, though?
No.
Spaff.
No.
Thomas.
Don't do another one. Don't do another one.
Come quickly.
Don't, because I'll do one and we'll get fired.
I don't know what the rules are here yet. Well, who ran Mushroom... I've got to Google it. I haven't.
Please Google it, because if I make a suggestion, we're both out of here. Because the one I've got in my head is Filth Bomb.
Records. Who was it? It was Stig...
Is that you?
It's my stomach. What's going on there? No. Mushroom Records. Let's go to the Wikipedia, the home of the made-up fact.
By the way, Delta Goodrem.
She was in Home and Away, mate.
No.
Oh, well, you can't have Id whispering your ear.
You've got Twitter whispering in your ear.
No, I'm not looked at Twitter. I've got 69 messages. Yes, I did. Yeah, totally I did.
Well, you owe me one.
Mushroom Records. Smeg Dickley.
No, he's not.
It's his name, Smeg Dickley.
No. What's he actually called?
I don't have the information to hand. What was that song that we liked?
Which one?
The one about trannies. Transvestites, by the Australian fella. We had him on the Tape Man.
Oh, that one. Boom. Diddy ding dong or something.
Doop doop diddy.
Shoop doop.
Shoop doop diddy.
Wakama wang dang.
That was it, wang dang. That was a good song. We might play that a bit though. I think we had a bit too much music tonight. Look, all right, what square just said we've had a bit too much music tonight?
You.
How can you have a bit too much music?
Shoop,
diddy wakama wang dang. Do you know that song, Id?
It's a New Zealand band.
Yeah!
not Australia, it's New Zealand.
Murray Grinley.
We had him on the show. We had him on the show, yeah.
I've got his phone number.
Shoot, wap, diddy, wap, come a, wang, wang. Let's hear it with the Australian.
But
the
you know,
New Zealand.
he's actually a Scotsman.
So he's a Scotsman pretending to be a New Zealander.
I think he moved over when he was a kid, but he's got a real mixed-up accent.
Hang on a second. Yes, Carrick.
Hello, Mrs. Duncan Valentine.
I thought you said Mrs. Duncan Bantine, then I realised what you were actually.
You reminded me of something I want to do as well, Duncan, so thank you. But you carry on, Duncan.
I would like to endorse yourself for 20% of it.
Hang on, do you mind if we confer, Duncan?
Certainly.
We just find out whether we can go any lower.
I don't want to give him 20%. But
you could go in with Deborah.
He's the dragon that I wanted.
Yeah, but if we can get him to go in with Deborah, he might come in a bit lower.
Would you go in Deborah?
I mean,
are you sure, Deborah? Is he in?
Yes.
Okay. Then it's a deal. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me endorse yourself for 20%.
Okay, I did not know that Duncan Bannatyne was from Nigeria. I want to ban a word, and it's a word I've been guilty of using.
Was it one of the ones that you used to describe that gentleman who doesn't own Mushroom Records?
That was just fun. That was just... and I nearly said the word then.
Bants.
Banter. I want to ban it. I want to ban it.
That was one of the first things you ever said to me when I was your newsreader.
What?
Right, Kath, we're not doing bants, it's rubbish.
No, I would have said banter.
Yeah.
And I meant banter in the traditional sense of it, not in the in-betweener sense of it.
So I was fine, I was like, OK, he doesn't want to talk to me, that's fine.
No. Don't have a cop on just because I'm right and I know what I want. That's Kath having a spray. No, I'm like Chris Evans. I know what I want. I haven't used deodorant for 4 days.
Febreze?
I need it. I know what I want. And I didn't want... But I was using banter in the actual sense of the word banter.
Yeah, and I've been involved in awful... I mean, I don't like it either. You know, and you don't do it, but there are some presenters who'll say, "So, Catherine, are you married?" And you go, "Yeah."
Well,
and then he'll lead on to a story.
You're talking about David Prever.
Yeah, and then he'll lead on to a story that he's already set up, and I just have to go, "Oh, right."
Don't be rude about other people's style of radio.
I'm just saying.
It's a little bit rude, actually. A little bit.
You brought up his name.
Well, you brought him up. You brought him up.
Are you jealous?
No, I'm not jealous of that. I just think that what you did there was...
It's not just him, though, is it? They all do it.
It's not Justin, no.
No, they all do it, though.
Go on. The word banter. Bants.
It's too often used for, I'm being a bit of a wally, and if you don't play along, it's because you've not got a sense of humour about it.
Now, I shut down some banter yesterday because I found it offensive towards me personally when members of the TalkSport team came and called me a racist. And I robustly defended myself for a moment, and then they continued that they could call me a racist, and I went, do you know what? I'm not having this tonight. And I turned my back and I continued with my work. Continued a little bit, and then... the sound of someone... And it's fine, it's fine, it will be fine. I'm sure it'll all be fine. But, banter. Banter is... banter is what comes out of the devil's arse.
It's an excuse for being offensive.
Well, it's just...
Not offensive.
It's just banter. It's just banter. Oi, you might as well go, oi, raghead. It's just banter. Where does it stop? Oi, fatty. Fatty bum bum. Yeah, fatty bum bum, where'd you get the coconut? It's just banter. All right, love, let's... Give me sex. Is that banter? I'm not finished. Hey, look at you. Why are you not walking? Oh, because you're in a wheelchair. It's just banter. Where? Oh, look what you're crying for. Oh, because your whole family got killed. It's just banter. It's just banter. And that, I think, is what is wrong with this country, this world today. It's just oh, you stink.
You do a bit.
I do a bit. That's what they do. The sense you stinky old mum's an old cow bag. It's just banter. Your mum's udders are bigger than other girls' udders. It's just Smith's banter.
Bantersmiths. I'm a bantersmith. That's quite good, like a wordsmith, actually. I'm not going to get rid of the word banter. I'm going to overrule you on this one, Catherine. No. I'm overruling you. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to expand the word banter to bantersmith. I'm a bantersmith.
Banterton.
So, a what?
Do you live in Banterton? In a Banterlow?
And that shows how in the hands of someone not trained in the art of banter, it can be disastrous. So this is, if we've learnt anything in this hour of the show, the first hour of the show, guys, and we've not even really started yet, what we've learnt is leave banter to the professionals, the bantersmiths.
The Duke of Banterton.
Again, I have already come up with a title. I'm a
Bantersmith.
I'm a bantersmith. Join me in my merry band of bantersmiths on Dave every Thursday night at 9:30.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That'll be.
Don't we have time?
Talk Radio.
Oh, nuts! Someone's just said, you know what they're doing on LBC? This is genuinely the summary from the LBC Twitter feed.
They're doing banter.
Tonight on LBC, Ian Collins asked why we didn't used to say cancer, talked about rubbish musicals and doing yourself a mischief, coming up fake celebrity endorsements. After 11, Brexit special. So, you know, it turns out there's no such thing. Oh, Sam, Christopher.
Hello. Yeah.
It's the news.
Right.
That's awkward, isn't it?
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold. A brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll find what I call home. Until tomorrow, you know I'm free to roll.
Yeah, jazz chord at the end. And it ends. So, okay, here's the new game.
Go on.
And this is the real game. That last game was
It's
an
a
hors
warm-up.
d'oeuvre. And Sam and Christopher, you're in?
Yeah, hello. Okay, yeah.
Here we go. Right, I'll go first. Kath goes second. Sam goes third. And Christopher goes fourth. And I'm trying to work out if I tell you the rules of the game or if we just play. We just play. We just play. We just play. We just play.
I don't know what we're playing.
Well, no one does except for me. You up for it? Or are you...
What's the prize?
I don't...
Honour.
I don't call you the N-word.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. A tennis umpire. Catherine. A tennis umpire. It's a good one. It's a good one. A tennis umpire.
I think I know.
Okay, continue.
A magistrate.
She's in. Sam?
A jockey.
What?
A jockey?
Yeah.
You're out. Christopher, your turn.
Boris Johnson.
Nope. Okay, that was a practice round. We're going to go to the game proper. A lifeguard.
Okay.
It's a good game, isn't it?
Okay, we can do this.
A lifeguard. It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you got it? Have you got the game? You haven't got the game, have you?
No, is it a different one from the first one?
Same game. Same game.
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah?
All right, yeah, I think I know. Okay, it's, yeah. Okay, hang on. That big statue of Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, yes!
Ooh.
Sam, your turn.
A seat reserver.
What?
You're out. Christopher, your turn.
What?
He's not even trying. A seat reserver.
It's your job.
Christopher?
King Carlos of Spain.
No.
No.
Okay.
And he's not the king anymore.
Okay. My turn.
Isn't he?
No. It's Felipe now.
So is his first name Juan?
Juan Carlos, yeah.
Because it sounds like you're saying Juan Carlos.
I am.
But it sounds like you're saying Juan Carlos.
Juan Carlos.
But doesn't it, though? It sounds like you're saying Juan Carlos. Who's Carlos? And why are we...
Juan.
Carlos. Juan Carlos.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Who's Carlos, and why are we doing that to him? Is he the king? He's the king. He's the king, so you have to.
Anyway, he's not. He's not the king anymore.
Here we go.
Next.
Okay, my turn. My turn in this game. And if you don't get it right this time, guys, we'll tell you the rules of the game, okay? 08444991000 if anybody has got the rules of the game and wishes to play along. Or you can listen to LBC talk about Muslims. The choice is yours, guys.
You've chosen a really tricky one.
Yeah, I know. Oh, okay. I've got a good one. I've got a good one.
Go on.
A penny farthing instructor.
Okay.
I think Christopher's got it. I think Christopher's in the game.
Here's one.
Go on.
An elephant jockey.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'm going to give you that. Sam?
Oh, no, I'm out.
Hang on a minute, I've got a sound effect for you being out. Hang on, it's
doorbells.
Okay, you're out. Christopher, you think you've got the game?
Yeah.
Go.
Speaker of the House of Commons.
Chris has got the game rules. Chris has got the game rules. Let's have a game. Let's have a game. Oh, Chris has got the game rules. Chris has got the game rules. Let's have a game. Let's have a game. Right.
Woo.
Now we've got a game.
The game is afoot.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, I think we may have. When I thought of this, I thought of this on the way home last night, and I thought, well, there'll be loads of them. I only thought of two. I thought there'd be loads, and it turns out there aren't. Okay. Okay. Hang on a second. We're allowed quite a lot of thinking time on this because it's a toughie, right? It's a tough one. Oh, I've got one. An acrobat at a circus where it's on the end of a pole.
All right. I've got a double whammy.
Wowzers.
Which might mean, it could mean that it goes back to you.
Run for your
You
life.
ready?
Never.
The bride and groom at a Jewish wedding.
She's spot on. She's spot on. Let me just. Why are you in such a bad mood?
I'm not in a bad mood.
All right. She's been very quiet all show. Sam, we know you're out. You're a spectator.
Okay.
Have you got the game yet?
Have you got the game, Sam?
I have the game, yeah, but I can't think of any, which is really irritating.
Okay.
My mind's a blank.
My mind's a blank is my mind's a blank. The Sam story. Christopher, your turn.
Oh, I'm getting there now. I'm stuck.
Come on, man.
It's tricky.
It's tricky to rock the
Very
ramp.
tricky.
It's tricky. It's tricky.
I've got such a good one.
Can I say cricket umpire? You've already had a tennis umpire. I'm going to say cricket umpire.
Are you crazy?
You can have a cricket.
No, you can't.
Are you ever going to finish?
That's the question on everyone's lips. No, you
If
can't.
you're
have
talking
that.
scorer,
Let him have scorer. Let him have cricket scorer, because I like this guy. Yes, you can have cricket scorer,
of course, the umpire is not doing what
Okay.
we... Right.
Okie dokie. Oh! And I love these guys. These are the best guys at any rock concert. The guys that sit up at the top with the Super Troopers doing the lights.
Okay.
There we go. Those guys. Yes. Boom.
We're going back to the concert.
Yeah.
The girls... Those girls.
What girls?
The girls that sit on top of their boyfriends with their tops up.
Good morning, sir. There we go. Yeah, Christopher, you're in.
I've got one, I think.
Sam's winking as though he wants to come back in. I might allow him. Sam to come back in.
I know. Air traffic controller.
Yes.
Give you that. Sam, you're back in.
Okay.
Hang on, let me just activate the randomizer.
Knockers are better.
You're in.
Right, okay. A crane driver?
Yes!
Boom! Yes! We got ourselves a game, baby! We got ourselves a game!
Is it my turn?
No, it's my turn.
Go on, then.
It is my turn. Oh, crane driver. That is a good one. That is a...
Yeah. Shouldn't it be crane operator, though?
Mate, listen, you said cricket umpire and we let you stay in the game.
Don't get all Sade on us.
You have got no right.
Go on.
Okay.
God, it's difficult, isn't it?
This has got to be, of all the games I've invented...
Such a good one. You're going to kick
this
yourselves.
This is going to be the
Oh,
hardest...
that's a good one as well.
Hang on, all right, go. Well, hang on a minute. Who's to say I haven't got one?
Come on.
What's making you think I haven't got one?
Because you're giving it all that, but I'm not hearing any answer.
Let's get my sound effects ready, as I say. A church organist.
Oh, yeah.
Stetson.
There we go, and that means it's a bonus. It's an accumulator.
I would not say yes, but I certainly would not say no.
Catherine, it means it's your turn.
A hungry baby.
Hey! Oh, hang on. We've just got to check whether that is acceptable.
If I listen too long, my brain turns to mush.
Double points for Kath. Good, well played. Christopher, your turn.
A lazy nightclub DJ.
Yeah, I'll have that. I'll have that. Yeah. Sam.
Right, okay. Bear with me.
I've got a good one. Yes.
Right.
Oh yeah, I got a good one. Hurry up, 'cause mine is so good. I got
All right, okay.
I'm gonna get my freak on.
This sounds terrible, but a naughty schoolboy. But just because at my old school, when someone was being naughty in assembly, they went to the front and sat on the stage.
You've not got the game at all, Sal. I don't know what game you're playing, mate. We're not playing people sitting on a stage game. No, not having it. You're out. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me just enter that into the computer. Hang on 1 second.
Stetson.
I'm afraid you're out.
Damn it.
The thing is, right, I like to go back in time to the 1970s, early 80s. Right. It's when I think, personally, that cinema was at its best. Partly because when you went to a cinema, they didn't just project a DVD, which they do now a lot of places. There was a cinema projectorist operating the projector, projecting the film. A cinema projectorist.
Projectionist.
Doorbells.
Okay.
Cinema projectorist, is true.
Let me take you back to New York.
Yeah.
1920s.
Oh!
Well, I know where this is going.
You know where this is going?
Yeah.
Yep.
Those guys sitting on the girder eating their sandwiches.
Is that a job, though?
They were builders. They were construction workers.
Yeah.
They don't always sit there, do they? Oh,
in that picture they did. Sam, listen, you are a very, very bitter loser.
Listen, pipe down, Sam.
sorry.
So those guys.
Christopher Coke, and I've got a good one. I've got a flipping good one.
Go on.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, I've got to stop you for a second, Christopher. I've just got to stop you for a second.
I like the mushy peas.
It's the accumulator round. You could get triple points here, Christopher, if you get this one right.
I like the mushy peas.
You're playing for the mushy peas. You're playing in respect, in memoriam of Mr. David of Guest in himself.
Okay. George Wendt and John Ratzenberger.
Who?
From Cheers?
Yeah. They sat on the high stool. That's what their job was.
Not having that.
For
no.
11 years.
Not having it. You're out.
Join the club, mate.
You join the club of losers. I tell you what.
How am I out? They sat on bar stools for 11
It's not high up.
Shit, mate, you fight for it. Go on.
It's not high up. Not as high up as, for example...
No, because they had tables there.
What's a bad loser?
Go on, mate, you can do it.
What bad losers? Look, listen to them now. How the mighty have fallen.
They came in, and he had like a little timestamp. He walked in and they
Walk away from the table. Walk away from the table. You've embarrassed yourself. You've embarrassed yourself, lads.
Like, how's life treating you, Norm?
You've embarrassed yourself, lads.
And it's like,
leave it, mate.
I'm going to get you ejected from. Getting you ejected from the club. They've embarrassed themselves, lads.
Just us again.
Pope in the Pope-mobile.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What are them?
0844 499 1000.
You know those things in Star Wars? Are they
the AT-ATs.
AT-ATs.
Yeah, the AT-AT. Yeah.
One of them drivers.
Yeah.
I was going to say ACAC, but yeah, it's AT-ATs.
A lighthouse man having a poo.
Eh? Oh, yeah.
Let's have a quick break. Oh, it's tense. Yes, Simon?
I've got one.
Go on.
Simon's diving in. Away you go.
A banana picker.
Well, no.
They climb the tree and they sit in the tree.
Are you the fella?
You told me yesterday that they didn't use a stick, they climbed the tree.
This is the banana stick guy.
There's no climbing. We confused them with the coconut man.
No.
Yeah.
Banana trees are very low.
The banana trees are very, very, very low.
More of a bush.
They're low hung.
Yeah, but it depends how tall you are.
Well, no, yes. If you're Ant-Man, then yes, it would be impossible. But they are generally very low. I mean, you could say a coconut picker.
A coconut picker.
Yeah,
You're
fine.
in.
You're in. Boom. Okay,
Yes.
fine. I'll wait for 499 1000. My turn.
Go.
For those who haven't worked out the game, people who sit down in high places is what we're talking about.
You've just given yourself one in so many ways.
Sorry?
Go on.
Well, I could be metaphorical and talk about the Lords, but I'm not going to.
No, don't.
Why, is that what
You
you're
need
going
to
to
be
say?
sitting down high up.
Yeah, all right, fine. And you can't have an astronaut.
You can't just have tired mountaineers. You could.
Oh, here's a thing.
Go on.
A flagpole sitter.
There's no such thing, is there?
Yes, there is.
Does that not mean?
No. They used to have competitions back in America in the 1920s.
You have to sit on it.
Where people would have to sit up on a flagpole for as long as they possibly could.
Like a human pencil topper.
We wouldn't go up your anus. They're going to shove it up your a-hole.
Because you'd win.
It's not going to go up your bum. I would win. I'd be very, very firm grip. But it's not what happens. You just have to stay out there for as long as you can. It's like old-fashioned touch the truck.
Right.
So I'm having that. Yeah. Next,
Okay.
your turn.
Elizabeth Taylor in Cleopatra. You know that bit where they bring her into the town and she's on this big, like a big float?
What's that called?
It's called a...
It's a sedan chair, isn't it?
No. Sedan chair is one that's got two poles and you hold...
Okay, fine. All right, we'll have that. Go on, Simon.
Or like a float.
Okay.
A meerkat.
Yep.
Can you explain...
They sit on the rocks up in high places to keep watch.
Well, sometimes in low.
Oh, I accidentally cut him off for being an idiot. Someone on a sedan chair.
Okay. For example, which historical figure would you go for?
One of the kings.
Right.
Keith, you in?
I'm in. I'm ready, man.
Go on, buddy.
Okay, so my one is a Turkish kebab chef.
Hmm?
What? Why the hesitation? Come, they sit down while they're cooking on the barbecue.
How do you work that one out?
How high up are they?
Like pretty low.
Yeah.
Chair height.
Thanks for calling, Keith. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, not quite.
Really appreciate that. It's not just people sat down, it's people sat down
high
up. That's the game.
Come on, it's not hard.
The game is people sat down high up. Call me now.
These kids would all fail their SATs.
1000. Good. I bet these are the kids, right, of the parents that took their kids on strike. These are the kids 30 years hence.
Yeah.
These are what if your kid was on strike today, then that's what they're going to grow into.
You reap what you sow.
You happy with that? Yeah, we are actually. Because we make a point about the SATs. So I take them out when it's not the SATs. Long weekend. It's a long bank holiday week. A, first of all, did anyone actually do it? B, it's a long bank holiday weekend. C, your kid is going to phone up a radio show in 30 years' time and say that. You proud? Is that what you want for your kids? I want my kids to achieve so much more. I want my kids to be phoning up you and yours on Radio 4. That's what I want. Oh, I wonder if I'm on Radio 4 Extra. Hang on.
I want my kids to be too busy writing books and curing cancer.
I'm going to be on 4 Extra now. Here we go. Oh, shh. Here we go. It's me.
General Ngabe. Many moons.
It has been a little bit racist. Right.
Okay, is it my turn or your turn?
Your turn. Why not? Go on.
Right.
Go on.
Right. All right, yeah. Monster trucker.
Yeah, I'll give you that. In that case,
They're massive.
Yeah, in that case, I'm going to have a monorail driver.
Yeah, fair enough.
They're high up.
Yeah,
when
they are.
Sat down.
Yeah. True what you say. A bird on a giraffe's head.
Right, that you. Do you want to go and make the podcast and a cup of tea? Because that was rubbish.
I find that's the highest we've been yet.
I'll speak to. Hang on, Robin, are you in?
Yes, I'm in.
Hang on, come back to the table. Robin's in for a quick hand.
Yeah.
Go on, Robin.
Oh, is it over?
Well, Kath, what was your last one, Catherine?
A bird sat on a giraffe's head. That's sitting down high up.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't count. Come on, Robin.
Yeah, it does.
Can I have some decent competition, please, Robin?
Okay, it's the Grinch when he's awarded the Holiday Hofmeister.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Why don't you two just go off and play your fantasy little game with made-up things while
That's not made up.
You know the Grinch. You know the Grinch has got
the Hofmeister, and he was carried around in a big sedan chair.
That was shortly before he won a Sony Award and ended up working at Talk Radio.
Is that Paul Ross? A joke about Paul Ross?
It's you.
Oh, it's me. Oh,
I'm Mary Lou Who to your Grinch.
All right, here's the thing. I don't think Dr. Seuss is anywhere near as clever.
Oh, it's funny.
As he thinks he is.
Kids love it.
Well,
you know, it's not all the same person writing those books.
Oh, I suspected it. There is a Dr. Seuss. There's an original guy who wrote...
he's kind of a figurehead.
Well, but he wrote the original, 5 or 6. It's like the Thomas the Tank Engine books. They're all written, by anybody now. But yes, there was an original Dr. Seuss, although his name's not Dr. Seuss. His name's like Alan Schwarben or something. Something like that. Is that right? Am I right? Am I close, Robin? Am I close? Give me a clue.
I don't know. I just like the Grinch. Yeah. I'm not.
I don't think his books was. Anyone can do. Well, there was a span with a ham and a man and a bam and a dam.
Yeah, but he did. He was the first one to do it.
What to do?
You win. You win. If you're the first one to make stuff up, you win.
Yeah, I know, but I'm the first person to. I could be the first person to make up rubbish, which is what he did, didn't he? But essentially, Robin. It's rubbish with obnoxious, horrible drawings.
You could say the same thing, right? You could say the same thing about the Julia Donaldson books. They appear to be really simple, but actually she thought it up, so she wins.
No, the genius is with Julia Donaldson. It's Axel Scheffler. Isn't it? Have you got kids, Robin?
No.
Okay. Axel Scheffler is the genius behind...
No, not true, because have you read The Paper Dolls? He doesn't draw in that, and it's still brilliant.
Yeah.
It's all her.
Oh, her writing... Right, okay, so... Right, so I've got an idea for a story, right? It's a snail, and it goes on the tail of a whale,
yeah,
and it goes around the world. Axel, can you do that? Leave it to me. 2 days later, he comes back, he's illustrated a book, and she goes, right, this is a tale of the snail on the whale's tail. It went all around the world.
You reckon?
Yes.
He does the drawings, and then she writes the books on top of the drawings?
She tells him... The basic concept of a snail on the tail of a whale, 3 rhymes.
You and I are going to fall out.
And he draws it. He draws it, right? It's an entertaining visual extravaganza, Robin.
Yeah, you see, but I'm an artist, right?
There we
and
go.
If I
she's
tell
going to
somebody-
agree with me. She's going to agree with
Well,
me.
no, I'm not actually, because if I tell somebody this is what I'd like doing,
Yeah.
can you cut this out for me on your big, important factory machinery?
Yes, they're making it for you.
They're making it for
so
you.
what are you
but
exactly?
I'm
Are
still
you
the artist.
what exactly? Well,
I designed it all.
Well,
I
you
designed
said
it all. I
you
spent 6 years coming up with the idea.
The idea was hers. She wins.
You said to someone with the technology, the materials, and the know-how that none of those things you have to make.
Does somebody produce your program for you?
Well, that is a very, very debatable point, Robin. I'm glad you've raised that.
I think.
I'm glad you've raised that because, Catherine, you're here now.
Yeah.
Let's ask, what exactly is your contribution to this show?
Well, I mean,
Because Robin thinks you are the same as her in that she goes and tells a man with a machine to make something, and then she goes, "I made that."
I mean, someone has to have the vision and the brains, don't they? Someone has to have the vision and the brains, and someone has to keep, let's just say, the manual labour on the straight and narrow.
Absolutely.
And he's very skilled at what he does, very skilled. But he needs a little steer in the right direction. And I think you'll find I'm the one with the hand on the rudder, very firmly.
And I've told you about, if I had my hand on your oars, I would be in terrible trouble, but yet you're allowed to grab my rudder and to turn it swiftly.
That's because I passed my exams.
Robin, you've been a very good sport. Thank you for calling in.
It's a pleasure.
Take care. Ta-ta.
I like Robin.
I go and do the podcast. I want to take a break and then we'll speak to Thomas. Right. For those who've just tuned in about 45 minutes ago, you won't have a clue what's going on. This is Iain Lee, this is Talk Radio. It's kind of a newish station and it's a newish show. You can listen to us anywhere around the world on talkradio.co.uk. If you're in the UK, retune your DAB radios and you'll find us there. And also you can download, this is how old I am, a snazzy little app for your phones, your smartphones, your pocket telephones. If you go to your app store, whatever the equivalent of that is on your phones, and type in Talk Radio, it pops up there. It means you can listen to the show, maybe even some of the podcasts, I don't know. I listen to the live output on there, and I download the podcast. Podcasts? Oh, yeah, we have those as well. Ian, you go to YouTube, no, not YouTube, iTunes, or Podbean, or your usual podcast providers. And if you type in Iain Lee, IAINLEE, Talk, they're all there. They'll all be there. We've had some great guests in the past, and it's a little bit tricky to navigate your way around some of the older ones because we were learning. But we had John Sebastian and Andy Partridge and John Ronson and, Tommy James, all kinds of people. Coming up tomorrow, Angelos Epithemou. Thursday, hopefully Adam Buxton. And then coming up maybe this week or next week, Danny Baker and Charlie Brooker, who are two of the slackest... But them and Buxton, actually, the three slackest people I've ever emailed in terms of trying to get them on a show. But they will come on at some point. It's definitely going to happen. And the way this show works is I sit here every weekday night between 10 and 1 with Catherine producing. She's gone off to go and put together the podcast. Id is out there answering your phone calls at the moment. Hi, Id. And I sit here and I kind of talk about what is going through my brain as of today. And you can call in if anything kind of catches your fancy and talk about that, or you can call in about anything else you fancy at all. 0844 499 1000. For the first 2 hours of the show, we call you back. I'll explain what happens after midnight, okay? But I've given you enough information there. And you can find... And also, here's the thing. You can phone up and say, no, this is half rubbish. I mean, I'd rather you didn't. But if you want to phone and go, what is this? This is rubbish. Then beautiful. You're all welcome. Thomas is on the line. Yes, Thomas.
Hi.
Hey, Thomas. What you got?
Just like to put a few caveats in before I talk about what I want to talk about. I do think you're a very good broadcaster.
Here we go.
But I think when you talk about gender and race, you just come across a bit privileged and maybe a bit kind of old and not really aware of kind of how these things work socially in the 21st century.
Gosh, okay, so there was a very, very gentle pat on the back before two swift punches to the stomach.
I think you're a very good broadcaster.
It was quite rude, Thomas. Go on then, put me right. Thomas, it was rude, you know. So put me right.
Well, firstly, so the thing on Pointless, what you did wasn't at all racist. But your comments last night referring to, say, discrimination of white people is the same as discrimination against a minority is just completely wrong.
Didn't say that at all, Thomas. Didn't say that at all. Do you want to have a conversation and address these points one at a time, or do you just want to come and do your speech and then put the phone down? Which would you prefer?
We can address them one by one. You don't intimidate me. We can address them one by one.
Thomas, I'm not trying to intimidate you. Okay. I think you've got a bit of an arsey attitude, and I've noticed it on Twitter, and I've noticed it now. And that doesn't.
I'm a fan. I'm just trying to
wowzers with
point out
fans
your
like
privilege.
That. Well, I'm more no, but you're doing it in quite a rude way. And here's the thing,
okay?
Right? You don't realise that you're being rude, or do you? Do you realise you're being rude?
I think I realise I'm being rude to an extent, but I think.
And you think that's acceptable? You think that's acceptable to be rude? Do you?
In a situation in which someone is being kind of inherently racist and
hang on, let me stop you there. I'm being inherently racist, am I?
White people.
Thomas, I'm asking you a question. Thomas, I'm asking you a question. You said it's okay to be rude, which you have been in this phone call to someone who's being inherently racist. So the implication from that is I am being inherently racist. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're very good at this. No, by kind of not noticing
then
the
retract.
You are inherently racist. Yeah,
I am inherently racist. So
not
because
not intentionally, but by not being aware of your privilege.
So, so you're saying it's acceptable for your rudeness because I am inherently racist.
Yes.
Educate me. Carry on then.
Can we get to what you said last night?
No. Because what I'm not going to let you do, Thomas, is do a little sniping attack and then move swiftly on to the next thing. Because I try not to be rude to people on this show. In fact, I am welcoming to all kinds of people.
You were quite rude to me on Twitter, I would say. But
what did I say on Twitter that was rude?
I wasn't actually very antagonistic on Twitter.
In your opinion, but you don't think you're being rude now. You were very rude on Twitter. What did I say that was rude to you on Twitter?
I think you swore about me. Maybe not swore about me. Said something about me on air that was.
What did I say, Thomas? You need to.
I can't remember. That was 2 weeks ago.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Here's the flaw in your argument. Okay.
Okay.
You've just said I was rude about you on Twitter, right? And then within seconds.
Well, the tweets exist, so I'm sure we could look at those.
Can I finish? You've just said I was rude about you on Twitter. And then within seconds, you changed it to I was rude about you on air. Well, which was it? Was I rude about you on Twitter?
You were probably rude about me on Twitter, but I think on the Periscope, when the ads were on, you said something ruder about me.
Okay, but what did I say that was rude? And do you acknowledge that you were rude to me first?
The argument I wanted to talk about there.
Well, I know, but I'm not, Thomas. I'm not. We've got the rest of the show, mate. So don't worry. Right? Yeah. So I'm coming up to you next. Don't worry. But don't worry. We've got all night if we need to.
Yeah.
What I'm not going to let you do in your position of privilege, as a white caller to a radio show, I'm not going to let you have your little.
I am white, but assuming someone's race is a bit.
Thomas,
bit weird,
I've seen your picture on Twitter, mate.
Okay. Well, no, that isn't me. That's a meme, bruh. But that's fine.
Okay.
That's not me.
All right, Thomas. Okay. You sound. Here we go. I'm going to say something that's going to blow your tiny little socks
white.
off.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's not even.
Sound white.
That's not even particularly.
Then why did you pick up that I said that you were white, Thomas?
No, I
why did you pick that up?
You probably shouldn't assume someo's race.
I'm not
offended by that comment at all.
I will assume whatever I want to assume. You sound white. You've got a white Twitter feed, white picture on your Twitter. So I have put together those clues, and I've come to the. It's not even an assumption. It's a well-educated guess.
And it's correct.
You're white, and it's correct. So you telling me I shouldn't assume you're white is I'm going to say it's bollocks. Right. Okay. So you can't tell me what I said that was rude to you on Twitter.
Can we talk about all the stuff I actually want to talk about, or are we just going to talk about the argument we have?
Because Thomas, what I'm not going to allow you to do, okay, which you come from a position of privilege in that you are white.
Oh no, absolutely, and I'm aware of my privilege.
I'm aware of my privilege, right? But you cannot come from a place of privilege.
I'm a white cisgendered male, yeah, and I'm middle class too.
That's absolutely fantastic. I'm genuinely not interested, but you can't come from your position of privilege
and throw in these little bombs that you throw, these little grenades that you throw out of rudeness, and expect them to go unchallenged. Now, maybe in your family, with your friends, and I don't know what your position is in life, maybe that's acceptable. When you're talking to me, I personally find that unacceptable, because I am learning as I grow up to put barriers in place. And I've put barriers in place where if people are rude to me, I try to overcome how uncomfortable that makes me, and I try to challenge them on that rudeness as immediately as I can. So I don't carry the resentment around with me.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry I was rude to you in that case.
Okay, I bet you'll put a couple more in, but let's see. Let's see how sorry you really are.
No, because the things I'm about to say aren't to do with my attitude towards you. It's just to do with kind of a...
You said I'm inherently racist, Thomas. Explain that.
I think white people inherently have prejudices, and through life you have to be aware of your privilege, and you put that into every situation, and then by doing that, you kind of distance yourself away from the privilege, which equals racism. The privilege that you have at the start of being a white person equals racism. You have to distance yourself from that privilege.
Can you, Thomas? I'm going to stop you because you're going around in circles. You've said a lot of words. No, Thomas. I let you speak. I let you speak for a long time, and you said,
the point of it,
Thomas.
Yeah.
You said a lot of words there, but what you said didn't actually make sense. And I tell you what, I tell you what. Assume I'm stupid. Do that. Do that. I'm going to give you that. Assume I'm stupid. So break it down a bit, please, Thomas, because I'm really struggling to follow the point that you're making.
White people have privilege in society, which other ethnic minorities do not have. True or not true?
I'm not going to answer silly questions. I don't. Again, now you're patronising. Just explain it in simple.
Racist.
Thomas,
you can't be
Thomas.
Yeah.
Thomas, I know you mean well.
Yeah.
You're not doing very well. You can do better.
I'm not doing very well. You're much more intelligent than me. Hello?
I didn't say that, Thomas.
That's the impression you're giving.
No, not at all. I want you to do well, okay?
You don't want me to do well. That's just not true, is it? If you let me make my points...
Why do you think I don't want you to do well?
Because I just feel like your attitude that you don't particularly like me or people that make the kind of points that I make.
Well, you haven't made any points. B, I don't know you.
Because you haven't let me make the point.
No. The thing is, because you keep throwing out these little bombs, and you apologise for being rude earlier on.
I haven't thrown out any little bombs.
Well, you did just...
Thomas. White people are inherently privileged.
Thomas. All right, yeah, Thomas, several things, right? I want you to succeed in this phone call. I want, because the tone of this show, if you had been paying attention, this is hopefully going to become a loving arena where everybody is welcome from, whatever kind of sexual, social, religious, racial, ethnic background. Everybody is welcome. And they can feel safe to share we've had people on here threatening suicide. Do you know what I mean? Where people
relate to that mental health.
Where people can come on and feel safe. I'm not saying it's a safe space, because that's a different thing, but people can come on and feel safe sharing their things. So what benefit would it be to me to destroy you? And I could.
I don't think you could.
Well, Thomas.
I think you think you're better at arguing than you are.
I'm better at arguing than you. That's a fact.
No, you're not. You're not.
You just coming back with a negative is not an argument, to misquote Monty Python. But I want you to succeed. But
without being arrogant, I'm quite intelligent, and I don't honestly think that you'd have better skills.
Okay, well, we disagree on that. We disagree on that, and that's fine. I've certainly had a lot more experience and a lot more practice at it.
And I'm probably certainly quite a lot more academic than you, but those points aren't worth pointing out.
It is. If in terms of argument, the fact that I've had more experience, unless of course you think the experience doesn't mean anything. And only academia can mean you.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm not all about academic.
We're getting sidetracked a bit, Thomas, and I do want you to do well, despite what you think. I genuinely do. All right, and you won't believe that.
I like you. I actually do like you.
You don't know me.
Okay, I don't know.
Your show. Okay, well, the show isn't me.
Okay.
You don't know me, and I don't know you, and I don't know if I like you or dislike you. At the moment, I have no particular feelings for you, but I want you to do well. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm inherently racist.
I say all white people are inherently racist, and the only way to kind of stop yourself being racist is to be aware of your privilege. Okay, so for example,
one second. I'm going to interrupt because I'm following this. You said I wasn't aware of my privilege. What makes you think that?
Okay, because last night, that's exactly why I don't think you're aware of your privilege. You were talking about the Brimful of Asher corner shop thing, which I completely don't think you were racist in that regard at all. That's not my point. But afterwards, you had a caller where you were talking about the fact that an Asian person mentioned you being white in a tweet. You can't be racist towards white people. And the reason you can't be racist towards white people is white people have power,
Thomas,
privilege.
And that's where your argument collapses.
No, it's not. It's
because
not racism.
you can, of course, you can.
No, you can't. It can't be institutional. It can't be an ism. It can only be a prejudice.
It can't be an ism. It's racism.
No, it isn't racism. It isn't racism.
We're talking about racism, aren't we?
If you talk to people like Black Lives Matter movement and all those kind of people, they tell you exactly the same thing. A white person can't be victim of racism. It's just not possible.
Okay, racism. The belief...
I've got a dictionary definition.
Oh,
we're going to go
sorry. Well, it's a good place to start, don't you think?
It's a bit more nuanced.
Well, it's a good place to start, don't you think? Or do you not believe in dictionaries?
I don't believe... Well, dictionaries are mostly written by white old people, so I don't really think of a...
So dictionaries... Are dictionaries racist?
I don't know if I would like to comment whether dictionaries are racist.
Okay. Well, I would like to... I would like to read the dictionary definition. Because I think you're talking out of your bunghole. Right. Racism.
But you know, many people, mostly of which are people of colour, will disagree with your definition of racism.
I'm just going to read it. Is that all right, Thomas?
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Read the definition.
I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you, Thomas. Racism.
Thank you.
The belief that I'm starting to make my mind up about you. The belief that all members of each race... Why don't you use your real picture on Twitter?
It's just a meme for a Twitter. I don't really use Twitter very often.
Why don't you use? You're not as good at avoiding questions as you think you are, because I notice when you do avoid.
Well, I'm part of one of your groups. I don't try and hide my identity in any way.
What do you mean part of one of my groups? I don't know what that means.
On Facebook, I'm not trying to hide my identity. I just don't have a picture of myself on.
Part of one. What do you mean one of my groups on Facebook? I don't know what you mean.
Oh, just the one of those Iain Lee talk radio.
Nothing to do with me.
Okay, well, just saying.
Anyway, I'll ask the question again, because I said you're not as good at avoiding questions as you think you are. Why don't you use your picture on Twitter?
There's literally no reason that I don't. It's just that I don't use my Twitter very often.
But why don't you use your picture on Twitter? You mean there must be a reason? There can't be literally no reason. There has to. Well, then why? Okay. Then why?
I found funny.
If there's literally,
I didn't change it back.
If there's literally no reason, why isn't it an egg?
I don't know, maybe it should be an egg. It was just it's not that deep, Ian. It was just
so there is a reason. There is a reason.
No, there isn't a reason.
Well, there must be a reason.
Most of the people I follow on Twitter are people who know me. There's no reason I try and hide my identity on Twitter. I'm not like a...
I'm not asking... isn't that interesting? Just stop for a second. I've not asked why are you trying to hide...
It's a weird question to ask. Why do you care?
Thomas?
Yeah.
I've not asked why are you trying to hide your identity on Twitter. I didn't ask that. I asked them much. I asked them. Well, what did I ask?
You asked why don't you have a picture of yourself on your Twitter?
Exactly. And you've interpreted that as a question about why you're trying to mask your identity. I didn't say that at all.
Oh, that was just the impression I got, to be honest.
Well, not from the question. The question is as simple as the question is. Right? We're going to skip this break and we'll go.
Of the question.
There was no implication, and this is interesting because you've done this a few times where there's been a straight. You're trying to second guess me, and quite often.
I'm not. Well,
you are here. You are.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
And quite often, by the way, this is going to be a great podcast. Quite often.
Yeah.
When I ask a straight, simple question, I mean the straight, simple question.
Okay, that's fine.
So why don't you use your picture on Twitter, Thomas?
But there isn't a reason. Like, there isn't a reason. It's not. I can't give you a really good reason, because there isn't a reason.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Okay. I don't use my Twitter very often, as you see.
You don't have to justify anything to me. Racism.
Okay, right, yeah.
Noun.
You're reading the definition.
Yeah, I'm going to, because I'm an old privileged white man, and I like dictionaries. The belief
more left than most of the media, but not quite left socially enough for me, to be honest. But sorry, you're reading the definition of
the
racism.
Belief that I'm getting very close to making my mind up about you. I am.
Because we disagree on something. I
know we can disagree, but if you notice, Thomas. And when you listen back, you won't hear this. You'll hear different things to what the listeners are hearing now.
Okay.
I'm not being rude.
Okay. Well, I'll try and be.
You said that 15 minutes ago.
I didn't think I was being particularly.
I know. Isn't that interesting? And I used to be like that. How old are you, Thomas? What are you? 23.
I'm 23, 24 next month.
Okay.
Yes, about to do my masters.
I was like that at your age.
Okay.
I was. I was like that at your age, and I didn't, really. I thought that rudeness was acceptable, and I'm learning. I'm a work in progress. We're all a work in progress, man. Racism.
Yeah.
The belief that all members of each race possess characteristics, abilities, or qualities specific to that race, especially so as to distinguish it as inferior or superior to another race or races. So you can be racist downwards, you can be racist upwards.
The thing is...
Prejudice, I've not finished. Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. So, for someone who I am assuming is of Indian descent, to call me a stupid white twonk, and Yasser, I apologise, we will get to, if you can wait, we'll probably be after midnight now, Yasser, I can see you've been waiting for ages. To call me a stupid white twonk, in your opinion, isn't racist. It's okay for black people, Asian people, Chinese people, whatever, to call me stupid white twonk.
If you think of the history between Great Britain and India, for example, and the history of oppression of the British against India, an Indian guy calling you white isn't offensive in any way.
No. But you're taking out of the context of the sentence with which it was within. Stupid white twonk. That's an insult. I don't know what a twonk is. I'm assuming it's an insult. So it's an insult. It's an insult sandwich. Stupid twonk. Yeah, fine. But the word white is in there.
It's just not racism because there isn't the kind of history of oppression. This is my definition of racism, and a lot of other people's definition of racism. It varies compared to the Oxford English Dictionary version of racism. But I think it's to do with a historical, social, and political oppression that white people don't face.
And that's fine.
My opinion.
And that's fine. And that's great, and that's your opinion. But to assume anything about me, Thomas, is it belies a huge arrogance on your part, and to assume that I am unaware of my privilege of being white, now middle class. I was working class. We were working class when I grew up, right?
Yeah.
To be white, middle class, male, middle age, all the M's. Is that funny? I mean, I don't know. I'm struggling to. What's funny about that?
I don't know. It's just funny to me. Don't worry. I think
finished.
Thinking that you can be racist as an Indian person to a white person, that is being unaware of your privilege. Yes.
In your opinion.
In my opinion, honestly, in my opinion, it's subjective. It's what I think.
Okay.
I'm not claiming my opinion is law. I do think it's. Can
I make a suggestion?
It comes from.
I'm educated. I'm educated as well, Thomas. I'm educated as well. Okay. According to you, I've not spoken to these minorities who think that. So according to you,
safe spaces for people of colour to talk about these things.
Okay, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Well,
why should I? I'm going to hang out with my white mates. Because I'm white privileged, and I'm gonna sit back and enjoy my white privilege. Why would I want to question it?
Okay.
Can I make a couple of suggestions? One suggestion. One suggestion. All right.
I don't think you're going to take any of my criticism on board, but that's absolutely fine.
Well, okay, and you've just done it there, mate.
But because you're not taking anything I've said on board, are you? You're just,
how do you know that?
Disagree.
And there we have again, Thomas, the arrogance. I'm going to hope it's the arrogance of youth, and that you shed some of it as you grow up, because you have no idea how much of this I've taken on board. I've taken it all on board.
Okay,
you have no idea how much, and we're running out of time, and I'm going to have to cut you off in a minute, right? Because we have literally out of time.
That's fine. You gave me a long time. That's fine.
Yeah, I did. You have got literally no idea how much of that I've taken on board. And can I also say, Thomas, to back that back, how much of what I've said have you taken on board, and will you consider and will you learn from?
I've taken a lot of it on board. How
much will you learn from?
Disagree on the racism.
How much will you learn from?
In terms of how I should maybe argue or approach an argument, I take.
And yet, literally 20 seconds ago, right as we're wrapping up, you threw another little hand grenade of rudeness. Isn't that interesting?
What was the hand grenade of rudeness?
I don't think you've taken anything I've said on board.
Oh no, because it didn't. It just seemed like you weren't particularly responding to that.
Yeah. I wasn't responding to it in a way that you wanted me to. Isn't that interesting?
But you also said this is white people who think this. That's a complete misconception.
Okay.
You said that last night, and that's just a complete misconception.
Okay, Thomas. I've got to go because I'm going to a break.
These kind of things.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, bye-bye.
I just hope. Give me 10 seconds. I just hope that the rudeness. I just hope that somewhere there's a little seed has been planted in his head that rudeness like that. Personally, I find very hurtful.
Talk Radio.
Yasser's been waiting for about a week and a half. Yasser, stay there. I promise we'll come straight to you after the news at midnight. I appreciate your patience. That was. I just thought that we should have that conversation. You can call in about that or anything else you want. And if anyone can tell me how to unblock my right ear, I've tried the holding my nose and blowing. It's having none of it. We'll take some calls straight to air after the news on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Get an earful of unusual nocturnal emissions with radio's Lord of Misrule, Iain Lee. No relation, thank God.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation. Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
All right, okay, so we'll take calls straight to in a bit. Don't call for a bit, because Yasser's been waiting for ages. Yasser, I apologise. Are you still alive, Yasser?
Yeah, I was about to hang up, but I thought, oh wait, I was about to do that. I was about to hang up, I was about to hang up, but I didn't hang up.
Oh, so you were about to hang up, you didn't hang up, we're talking now, which is great. I appreciate your patience. Was that a sneeze or a cough?
Cough.
Okay. Isn't it funny? When people sneeze, we say bless you. In America, they say Gesundheit, right?
That's German.
Yeah, but they say Gesundheit in America.
Oh, the Americans are weird.
But we don't have a thing for a cough.
I thought that's bless you.
Well, that sneezes. If someone if you do a fart, so what do you say?
Nothing.
Oh, you dirty dog! I either say it was my children, or I say
that last call threw me a little bit. So
I say pardon me.
Yeah,
pardon me for being so rude. It was not me. It was my food. It just popped up to say hello, and now it's gone back down below. But we don't have a thing for a cough, do we?
No.
Anyway, what are you calling for? Yes.
What I wanted to call was I didn't really want to. That I didn't not so much the last caller, but last caller was quite interesting because
it was interesting, wasn't it? It was interesting.
Yeah. No, because I was listening to the thing, and I felt like I was having like a deja vu moment because I remember the same kind of caller on your show, on your LBC show, 10 years ago, exactly kind of the same thing about. And I thought, I was listening to it and I'm thinking deja vu.
Yeah, there's deja vu all over again.
Yeah, so I was thinking.
Well, here's the thing, there's no such thing as an original topic. And
no, there's nothing original, it's all been done before.
Well, has anyone played a game where they have to name people who work on chairs that are high up? That's original. I'm having that as an original.
What?
Id, can you do me a favour? Could you ask Catherine, I'm going to say this out loud, to try and find a copy of the Star? Or maybe it might be in that pile of papers there, actually, if you could have a little look-see. I like the Star. It's got the best stories in for this kind of late-night tosh. Anyway, Yasser, you've called in. What have you got for us, buddy?
Yeah, Ian, I wanted to call in. I was listening to your show last Tuesday.
Tuesday of last week, yes.
Yeah, and I actually, you might have heard because I put I might have sent you the link to a little clip I made of, I think it was the week before the last week. I thought it was quite funny. It was only about 1 minute 30 clip, something that I think you were saying. Well, I found it quite funny. You were saying, oh, the one night. I think it was last Monday's show. It was.
Yes.
You were saying, oh man, the one night I need a radio, the phone lines to work.
Yeah.
They don't work. Sort it out.
Yes.
And
I know where this is going. Go on, yeah.
That's what you did say, didn't it, Ian?
Yeah, the phone we use. Let me get geeky for a second, right?
Go on, yeah. I just liked it because I thought I'm right. So
no. That wasn't a validation or a vindication of anything you have to say.
It was. I don't care if it was. If you say it wasn't, I know it was.
Well, you know it was, but it wasn't.
It was.
Well, no, it wasn't.
What
the argument, the beef that we have with you is that when
I don't mind because
you're on your landline now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right, because on your mobile we can't hear you, right? And on
you can't hear me.
No.
I mean,
exactly. And on
you can't hear me. Yes.
I can hear you. Yes, I can now.
Yeah, because I'm on my landline. Yeah.
Exactly. On your mobile we can't hear you, right? And you think it's our fault.
So tell you why I think it's your fault.
Well, can I just explain something, right?
No, go on.
You think it's our fault? Yeah, go on. Explain why you think it's our fault that we can't hear you on your mobile phone. Go.
Okay. With my mobile phone, I found LBC recently and the BBC, and I've had no problems. When I called your one, I had a problem.
Did you get on the air?
On 5 Live, yes.
Well, they will take anybody.
And then it was fine. So, how do you explain that then?
I can't. Maybe they have lower standards of fidelity at the BBC.
Whatever
the
makes
system,
you happy. I know that's not true, but whatever makes you happy.
The system that we have here, and this will get all the digital spy people foaming at the whatevers, right? We use Phonebox, right? And we use a new version of Phonebox. And basically, it's a touchscreen thing here. It's got 12 lines, 10 to call in, 2 to call out, and it's touchscreen. And I touch it, and I can see text and stuff on it. And what Phonebox have done, the company that makes this, right, they've tried to make it too clever. Before, it was grey, and you had the same number of lines, and it just took calls, and Ed or Catherine could type messages, and that was it, right? Now they've it does everything, right? So you take the phone calls, they can type messages, but I can see Twitter, and I can also see text, I can also see email, all this stuff that I don't actually want to see on this screen, right? So they made it so complicated it doesn't work. And what happens sometimes, when I take calls straight to air, and I know that the other, Ed and Catherine have their own problems, I don't quite know what they are, but my problems, when I take calls straight to air, I will tap line 1, and I will go to box number 2, and the line will be dead. There'll be nobody there. So that's the technical problem I'm talking about, yes?
Yeah, I do know.
Not the fact that your phone is phony. Phony.
What do you say about my phone?
I said, that's the problem I've got at this end.
Yeah, that's what I know that because I've actually, I do know that I've been in a radio studio. I know how the screen looks like.
But no, you don't. You won't have seen this. This is a new
thing. But
yeah,
with the you touch the screen, kind of. I know that.
Yeah. But so there are some people. I was explaining that more for the casual listener.
Oh, sorry.
No, I accept your apology, and it's nice. And it's nice to hear you apologise, Yasser, because you don't do it very often.
I don't need to.
Well,
okay.
If you say so.
Ian.
I missed you, man. You're right.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah.
How's life going? Good.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Well, quite something. I don't know. On Saturday, I was on Anna Williamson show.
Oh yeah, I saw someone tweeted about that. Yes.
Yes. In the morning, I think it was like I was kind of surprised. I was just on Twitter, just kind of looking at Twitter, just that, and her producer tweeted me, said, "Do you want to go on the show?"
Yeah.
Because I tweeted the week before about something that she was talking about on the show. Yeah, and then that's Ian. I want to ask you something. One other thing, if that's okay.
Yeah. No. Were you talking about sex?
No.
Masturbation?
No.
Pornography?
No,
Dildos?
No, I don't, no, you listen to that bit of the show, I don't.
Butt plugs?
No,
Lubricants?
No, are you just gonna say every single word that you know?
Bondage?
No, that's not an invitation for you to say it.
Oh, okay, oh, fine.
No, Ian, I want to ask something, about your YouTube account. Have you recovered it yet?
No, I can't, it's all lost.
No, it's not all lost.
It is.
No, I sent you the link on Twitter how to get it back.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because I did it over a year ago, so it has all gone. But I appreciate you sent. A lot of people sent me that link, and thank you to everybody who did.
Yeah, you sent it. Yeah, I sent the thing, and then 2 minutes after, I think people sent it. You said I still got no problem. I thought because it's actually linked to your Gmail account, so if you recover it, then you should be able to get it back.
No, because I deleted the. This is a little bit dull, but the problem is I deleted the Gmail account, not realising that it was linked to my YouTube account, and by the time I realised it was too late to recover the Gmail account.
Oh, right, because when I sent that link, I thought that everybody knew that, so that's why.
Oh, no. I'm an idiot.
I thought, then you probably can't get it back if you can't get that. No, because that's what I thought, and that's why when I saw that your tweet, I thought, oh, that's what he means when he can't find his thing.
Yeah.
So no worries.
It's all gone. It's all gone.
If I can get it back, I'll go and try. What I'll do is I'll see if I can find it. There might be something I can go on. If I can find something, there might be a way I can get it back. If I do, I'll message you to say.
Honestly, don't worry, because I've had a friend who works for a TV company who's like a computer.
Oh, no worries.
Has had a look. I appreciate that offer. Yes.
My own thing. No.
Yeah.
That's it. So.
All right.
No, that's all right then. No, I was just trying to help, so...
Hey, Yasser, listen to this, man. Here's a story. Doctors have removed a 6-inch toothbrush from the stomach of a 5-year-old boy. He swallowed it a year ago.
How do you swallow a toothbrush? I know you do, but...
I'm trying... Well, I'm trying...
Sorry, okay.
I don't... That would be... imagine having 6 inches rammed in your mouth. Could you take that? Could you take 6 inches in your mouth?
I've got a mouthful of sausage.
Could you, Yasser, if I rammed 6...
I'm not going to...
No, seriously, because this is a lad, right? He's only 5 years old. Could I ram 6 inches in your mouth? Would you?
I'm not going to comment anything. I'm going to keep stuff on that one.
Would you be able to swallow it? Do you think?
Ian, stop that. All right, stop it. Because
I've got a mouthful of sausage.
Yeah, I can get off YouTube anyway. That clip, so don't.
Okay, so but you don't, because I'm
not answering any of those questions, so don't.
I think I could probably take 6 inches in my mouth.
You just said that. You do know that's going to be taken out of context, don't you? Now.
It depends what you mean by out of context. He said, winking to Periscope, and then miming.
Is your Periscope even on today?
Periscope is on tonight, yeah.
I tried to search for it, I couldn't find it.
We started off with Facebook, and I think the Wi-Fi is not quite good enough for that, so we need to look at something else. Anything else, Yas?
No, that's it. Thanks very much.
Nice one, mate. Take care. Thanks for waiting. Let's do this, then we'll have a break. Line 2, you're on the wireless. And that's the thing I was talking about! Evening, dear listeners. Iain Lee, Talk Radio. For the next 45 minutes of the show, it's your call straight to air. You can call in and say what you want, do what you want, anything you want. A couple of rules. Can't be libelous about anybody. And don't swear. But don't worry, I've got that covered as well. How? I'll tell you. Found this on YouTube, guys. I wondered where this had gone. I've got a dump button, so if you swear or you're libelous, I can cut you off. Using this flawed system, I can block you from calling in again, and I can dump it so it doesn't go out. With that in mind, we open the phone line. Phone lines.
0844 499 1000. I warn you, 7 pence a minute plus access charge, significantly more from mobiles. 0844 499 1000. You will not hear radio like this anywhere else. Brian, it's rubbish, man. Here's hoping the phones work, guys. Here's hoping. 0844 499 1000. Right, let's have this. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Mikakabugu, Mikakabigu, Ryan Reynolds.
I'm a big fan. Megato Ryan Reynolds, no, Sexy Eyes.
Mikakabigu, Calamity, Dagmar,
me know no more the big boner about the cynic Ryan Reynolds.
Me got a bit of driving in my get a bit of what by name.
He wanted to buy it. You put your phone down.
There we go. 0844 499 1000. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Oh, sorry about that. I was caught in the music there. I was into the
We're all caught in the music, man.
How are you? You well?
I'm all right. What you got for us, Sam?
I just want to say, so about earlier on, sorry for losing in the poker game thing, whatever it was.
Apologise for losing at a silly game.
And also, I just want to say, like, all 20-somethings aren't, like, you know, evil and argumentative and, Tom, whatever his name was.
Well, I wouldn't say it was.
That sounds a bit hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was evil. I'm going to move on because we've got lots of calls here for some reason, which we don't normally get. So I wouldn't say it was evil at all. Yes, line 1.
Oh, hello. I just want to say that I don't care about my privilege.
That's very privileged of you, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't care whether you're more privileged than me, whether somebody's less privileged than me. And you know something else, right? When I talk to people from ethnic minorities, I'm not thinking, am I more privileged than that person?
No.
They're not thinking about me. I'm thinking, is he more privileged than I am? Am I more privileged than he is? We're just thinking about whatever we're talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe, I don't know your name, caller, but I think it is Voice of Reason. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
I say it again. It's Fred Elliott here, ringing for the old celebrity endorsement.
Away you go, Fred.
Fred Elliott here,
yes,
ringing for the old celebrity endorsement. I had to say it again, you see.
Yes.
I love the show, mate, and it's cracking.
Thank you, Fred. Aren't you dead?
I say that'll do.
That'll do, Ashley. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hey, Ian. Yeah, I want to talk about Tom as well. I mean, I'm obviously not as privileged as him. I dropped out of university, so I'm probably not as qualified to talk about it than he was.
Yeah.
But I always thought that racism was like more of a how you said something and in what sort of context you were saying it, not whether somebody in the past abused that nation, whether our nation took advantage of another nation in history. I always thought it were like, say, if I was saying something about a Scottish person and I used it in a derogatory way, something maybe about haggis or something. That's just like.
Well, we get into damn you using those dictionary definitions. It all gets very hazy and confusing because racism blends into xenophobia, which also blends into stereotyping, and they're all kind of linked. I don't think. It's so confusing, and I admit I'm still learning on this. I don't think you can be racist against the Scotch. I don't think you can, because this is now we're getting to the nuances of language. I don't think the Scottish are a race, or the Celts are. I suppose the Celts. I suppose against the Celts possibly.
But, I know recently that I don't know if you know who Tyson Fury is.
He's the big fat boxer, isn't it? And I say that because he's put on a lot of weight and he's lost his definition. Yes,
that's right. Yeah, but he's recently said he's off to America because he's sick of racism and because of his background as...
he's a traveller, isn't he?
A traveller, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a white man, so surely that means...
You can't be racist against travellers. And the travelling community is legally defined as a race.
But Tom's point was that white people can't be. So...
Yeah, yeah, that's an excellent...
See what I mean?
That's excellent. I wish I'd thought of that. Yeah, that's brilliant.
So Tyson Fury's white, and he's but... So I won't class his background as privileged.
I'm not even going to put words into Thomas's mouth because I don't know what they would be. But that is an excellent point. Thank you very much indeed. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian. 2 things for you. First of all, how about getting puppetry of the penis on the show?
Yeah, if they're around, we'll get them in. Yeah, of course.
That's good. And the second thing, bit of audio.
First there is a God, and there is no God, and there is. First there is a God, and there is no God, and there is.
Thank you very much indeed, of course. 0844 499 1000. Now, there is another telephone number. I can never remember what the other telephone number is. It's a Skype number that I set up. Oh, in fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me open up Skype now and see if this works. What is the phone number? Because I can read it out here. You could call this number now and it should work. I don't know what the phone number is. I've got a phone number, right, which I basically have set up where you can call and you can leave messages. And hang on a second. Yes, I'm one. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Who's this?
Hello, it's Ozzy. Just sort of calling endorse the show, you know.
Please do, Ozzy. Away you go, buddy. Yes.
It's Ozzy Osbourne here. I was listening to Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Ozzy, I think Sharon's calling you, Ozzy. Off you go. Thank you, Ozzy. Now, someone's called me on this Skype number, 0208 133 6732, and I've got it. Can you hear me? Hang on a minute, if I take this out. Oh, no, because I've got it all... It won't work, because I've got it all going out into different... hang on a second, stay there. Microphone, built-in microphone, output, speakers, we don't want it sunflower, built-in output. There we go. Ah, can you hear me?
No.
Well, who is this?
I've got a dirty.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. There we, and that, dear listener, is the problem. So we'll leave that open as well, actually, shall we? You can call in on my Skype if you want, or you can call during the day and leave a message. 028 133 6732, and this is my Skype, and it's just like a normal phone number. It's not premium rate or anything like that, and you can call any time of the day or night, and you can leave a message. And what I do is I get the best messages. When I say best, I mean the messages that fit the gaps I've got in the music, and I put them together, and then I play it out like this.
Ian, don't worry about Sasha Baron Cohen. That's money. That's all it is, lad. Character comedies are meaningless, spiralling haze. But what you do is important. It touches people. Don't forget that. Even on your worst days.
Hello, is that Iain Lee? It's PC Plum here. You've been warned, son. I heard you've been talking about me. I've come hard through your back door. I've done it again. Watching you, son. Plummy is watching you.
Lee and Scary Cat. Somewhere right I go on the Iain Lee and Scary Cat show. And I'm not rubbing my ribs.
Hello, Kelvin here. I thought I'd ring up with a hilarious joke. Here we go. What do you call a Liverpool fan in a suit? The accused. Guys, why is Ferrari the only one laughing?
This is a message from Mark Ramsey from the people of Finland. Welcome to Finland, and in your honor, we have a pig for you to milk.
Who the hell is Julia Hartley-Brewer?
Stop. Okay, let me just try if this works. This way. Hang on a second. Oh no, hang on. Why won't that work? Hang on a second. Yes, line one. You're on the wireless.
Hello, there, it's me again. Sorry.
That's all right. What you got for us?
It's my third time calling in. I want to talk about films because I called in.
Yeah.
And yeah, what do you think of Deadpool?
I thought Deadpool was wonderful and hilarious.
Okay. Also, have you seen Superman vs. Batman?
No.
Because honestly, I don't recommend it because it's too long. The fight scene is ridiculous, and it's like 2.5 hours long, and that's too long. Because when you're sat in the cinema, it's just. Yeah.
I was, excuse me, yawning. I'm very tired. I was kind of looking forward to it, despite the stinky reviews.
Yeah.
But then I watched that Captain America film yesterday, and I thought, well, that was rubbish.
I kind of.
Hang on a second.
Might put you off, maybe.
Hang on a second. Who's there?
I'm 18, she's 30, and I got a dirty...
Okay, thank you very much. I'm not quite
sure. Oh, my God.
This is people calling in on my laptop now. Hang on. I think I can call out on my laptop. Hang on a second. Hang on. Just calling out.
Calling out across the...
Sorry?
Sorry, I was singing along.
There we go. Come on, answer it.
What?
I've got a dirty bomb hole. Anything else, Sam?
Have a nice evening.
Cheers, my dears. Ta-ta. Thank you very much indeed. 08444 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. That is. I basically just delivered the punchline to a joke that started about 10 years ago, and I finally delivered the punchline. Which is good. 08444 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. Call about anything you fancy. We talked about Captain America yesterday. What a dull and tedious film that was. Jeez, dearie me. Oh, this is what I was going to mention earlier on, and I didn't. I saw the weirdest thing driving in. Right, I saw a young lad with his bike upturned by the side of the road, and I thought, oh, here we go. Here's trouble. I don't know what I thought. Here's trouble. This is a bit suspicious. And I don't know what I thought he was doing, but I just remember that being my thought, which is why I took so much notice of it. And I saw him playing with his bollards, with a bollard. There were some bollards there, and he was playing with a bollard, right? And I'm not a cyclist. Every now and then I pump up my tyres and go out for a ride and go, oh, that's actually quite uncomfortable. I won't be doing that again. But I was watching this gentleman. Let me just get a little bit of... let's get a bit of this, shall we? Here we go. This gentleman, and it turns out he's playing with this bollard. And I was incredulous to find out that the bollard was not just your average, normal bollard. It was a pump. It was a bicycle pump and like a sort of, I want to say a fitness station for bicycles, but that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It was like, it was there for people to go and use their bikes. Now, I'm not a cyclist. I certainly would never cycle in that there London. It looks absolutely terrifying. Are there lots of these places scattered around, these bollards, where people can go and just pump? Because in the old days, you used to be able to go to petrol stations and pump up your tyres. You can't do it now. Different filter, nozzle, different filter nozzle. But now they've just got them all over the street. I'm looking through the papers. Jerry Adams is sorry for tweeting the N-word. Here we go. There's a John... You know there's a John Lennon song that's called the N-word. Woman is the N-word of the world. You know that, don't you? You know that, don't you, guys? John Lennon released a song, Woman is the N-word of the world. Yes, she is. Now, take a look at the woman. You talk about privilege. Wouldn't be able to play that, would we? Wouldn't be able to play that now, would we? Hey, no. Political madness gone wrong, isn't it? I'm looking in the papers. It's primarily about a football team doing well. It's what the most of the papers, seem to be talking about. And it really, I'm trying to embrace everything on this show, okay? 0844 499 1000. I'd like to embrace some phone calls. But this excitement, Leicester City this, Leicester City that, Jamie Vardy this, Jamie Vardy that, I'm really struggling to see what it's got to do with me. It's the greatest sporting triumph in years ever, and it's just quite dull, isn't it? Dull, line one. Hello, and it's done that thing. Try calling again. It's done that thing. It's funny, every now and then it just won't take the call, which is tricky for this bit of the show, because this is the bit of the show where it's literally, there's not much content for the first 2 hours of the show, but Peggy's leaving EastEnders, guys. Is that still going? Is that still a programme? Gosh, the papers really are... Here we go. 0844 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You're more than welcome to. Don't have to if you don't want to. This is what I earn the money for. The first 2 hours I do for free. This is the hour where I get paid. Desperate holiday makers. Desperate holiday makers. Let's try... Yes, line one.
Hello. All right, as you were.
Sorry?
Hey, as you were, Ian.
Yes?
Yes, as you were. I just felt like calling up for a quick bomb ba bomb ba bomb ba bomb bomb ba bomb ba bomb a dang a dang dang a ding a dong ding tra deep deep tra tra deep tra 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 deep 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 tra deep tra 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 deep 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 tra deep tra 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 bomb ba bomb ba bomb ba bang bang ba bomb a dang a dang dang a ding a dong ding tra deep.
Not bad. You've got a way to go yet. Not bad. Not bad, though. I'll give you that. Desperate holiday makers flee to catch their flights after police halted airport traffic while they talked down a man from a bridge. Oh, so there's a sad thing. Passengers panicked and fled up a grass verge. It's the most incredible sight. It's families climbing up a grass verge. But that's not quite such an incredible sight, if I'm completely honest. I've seen more incredible sights. But with their luck, they've got a suitcase and then they're climbing over a fence. Desperate holidaymakers. Passengers panicked and fled up the grass verge to trek across fields to Manchester Airport, 3 miles away. Oh, you've got to be desperate. Despite appeals from police for people to stay in their vehicles after 30 minutes of waiting in the giant jam, many decided to collect... Hang on a second. Yes, line 1.
Good evening, Ian.
Good evening, line 1.
It's Music Geek 81 here.
Yes, Music DJ 1, what have you got for us?
It's Music Geek 81. I just wondered if you fancied some Music Geek chat, Ian.
Yeah, of course. Did you hear me playing my Acapulco Beach Boys earlier on?
Oh, no, I didn't hear that, actually. No, I missed that. I missed it. Sorry, Ian.
You sucker. I was playing some good Beach Boys vocal-only harmony mixes.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Are they from like the Pet Sound? Is that like from the Pet Sounds box set? Or,
no, here's the thing. I'm not that big a fan on Pet Sounds. I was playing This Whole World and Our Sweet Love. Those are the ones I was playing.
Yeah, I really like This Whole World. That's a brilliant
This
song.
Whole World is a great man. The chords are all over the shop.
I haven't heard much of the Beach Boys a cappella ones, but the Beatles a cappella ones are absolutely fantastic. Like the Abbey Road medley is quite impressionistic.
Hang on a minute. Let me indulge me. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can do this. This is on my iPod, so delete. Hang on. Let me try and find something that is quite possibly the most stunning Beach Boys bit of music ever. Hang on. I don't know if I've got the Acapulco version. Boom. Here, have this.
Okay, listening.
Hang on a minute. Give me, lend me your ears. 2 minutes of this. Here we go.
If every word I said could make you laugh, I'd talk forever together, my love, baby. I asked the sky just what we had. It shone forever. If the song I sing to you could fill your heart with joy, I'd sing forever. I've been so happy loving Let the love I have for you live in your heart and be forever. Baby. Forever. I've been so happy loving you. Baby, just let me sing my baby. I want to say to my baby, say to my baby, say to my baby, baby. So I'm going away, but not forever. Gonna love in your way forever.
Then Brian tries to go too high. As Brian doing the high bit, we could still do it. Listen, he tries. He goes a bit silly. Here it comes. He sees it. He goes for it. Let's listen back to the playback. What that Music Geek 81?
Fantastic! I do want to see through that because it was sublime.
It's good, isn't it? Isn't it though? And there's
I'm going to go and listen to that. I'm going to go and find that on YouTube and listen to that again because it was fantastic.
It is good for it. And the thing about the Beach Boys, even me, and I'm a massive Beach Boy anorak, right? I've got bootlegs and I've got the box sets, all of this stuff. I found a song 2 days ago I'd never heard before.
Which one was that, Ian?
Oh, I can't remember what it was called, and it was from like 1971, and they'd never released it. And it was a little bit rough around the edges, but it's flipping brilliant. And the number of songs, the Beach Boys are such a weird band because there are so many amazing songs in the vault that they never released for ego reasons, for drug reasons, because they had a surplus of songs because the record company didn't want them to release it and they wanted to release something else. They're such a weird band.
I think like from kind of Smile onwards, definitely the material kind of got like a lot more spotty. And there's one or two of the albums where they submitted earlier versions of the albums. I think like Sunflower, that went through like a couple of configurations, and it just
Sunflower, I think, was the first record they did. Here we go. Let's get geeky. Was the first album they did for Warner Brothers after leaving Capitol. I think.
Yeah.
And Warner Brothers signed them up, right? And for a lot of money, and they said, "We got Brian's gonna be working with us." He wasn't. He was all right. But they turned up with one album. They turned up with the album. They went, "Here's the album," and Warner Brothers went, "Nah, we're not releasing this. Go and do a better one."
Was it Anthem Music? Was it? I'm going to be geeking out.
It was Anthem Music, or it may have been called the Great Rock and Roll Band Revival. The best one, right, is they signed in 1978 or 79. They signed to CBS Records for something like $20 million, right? And they hadn't had a hit for ages, right? And basically they lied and they said, Brian is great. Brian will be writing 80% of the songs. We're going to release Smile, all of this stuff. And they delivered what I think is a really good album, the LA album, right? Light album, LA, to Warner Brothers, to CBS. And the legend is that CBS boss was sat there with all of his cronies and he played it and the record finished and he turned to everyone and he went, "Gentlemen, I think we've just been I think we've just been flipped," is what he said. And they had a stinker on their hands. But I think LA is a great album. Anyway, listen, I've got to go because I'm late for an ad.
Okay, well, no problems, Ian. Nice speaking. Be back again.
Speak soon. Ta-ta. Kath joins me in the studio. Is the podcast up yet?
I'm going to press publish as soon as we leave.
You can get the podcast on iTunes, Podbean, your usual podcast provider. We'll have it. Iain Lee, IAINLEE. Talk. Bish, bish, bosh. You got it? They're all there. The first couple of weeks.
Today's is called Your Mum and Thomas.
What a horrible image. The first few weeks were a little bit hard to trawl around. If you want to find which one's got a guest on, well, just download them all. We were work in progress, learning curve. Tomorrow's show, Angelos Epithemou.
Is that how you pronounce it? Because I've heard other people call him Epithemou, but you know better.
Well, I don't.
Oh, you said it like you meant it.
I always thought that's what he was called. We'll ask him. First question, Angelos, how do we say your last name?
Yeah.
Ah, you big twit, you'll say. We have to say, Angelos, no bad language. Ah, you big twit. But you won't say twit.
Well, keep your dump button handy.
Well, you warn him. You produce him then.
All right.
Prep him.
All right.
Lovely Adam Buxton on Thursday, hopefully.
Will he swear?
Oh, God, no. Have you listened to his podcast?
Yes.
His podcast is flipping brilliant. And there's these really...
Do you know I really want to get on?
Yeah.
If we chat him up tomorrow, he might give us her number.
Yeah. Kathy Burke. Oh, Kathy Burke will come on.
I'd love to hear
her. I DM her.
Well, get her on. Stop messing about.
I want to ask Kathy Burke on. I really do. And here's the thing. A few people have done that thing where they've like CC'd Kathy Burke and me. Ian should get Kathy Burke on, and then it becomes awkward.
Yeah. Just ask her.
I don't know her, but we DM each other from time to time. You know, she was so lovely when I got shafted by the BBC. Absolutely wonderful. And I was so thrilled that she was like a fan of mine. She used to watch me on Big Brother and stuff. I suspect she'll come on. I'm going to play a tiny clip from Adam's podcast, right? Because he does these brilliant songs on there. He does the songs himself. You heard them?
Yeah.
And he does one song. I go to the iTunes store. Bear with me, right? He does it all himself, and it's like Kenny Everett, the way he does it. I'm trying to think what's the last one I listened to, and did they have it in? Let's go to let's download the Sarah Pascoe one. It's a brilliant listen, by the way. Anyway, Adam Buxton podcast. It's funny, and it's basically just him chatting to someone for like an hour. Richard Herring, and...
What are you going to talk about for an hour?
Well, it'll be an hour and a half, because we'll do an hour for that, and then half an hour for this.
Blimey.
So, I just want to play... Why won't you download? All right, hey, this is an advert. We're not going to play this, and I've got to be careful. I don't want to play the adverts necessarily, but he does this song. Ramble chat, let's have a ramble chat. We'll focus first on this, then concentrate on that.
So good.
And it is just, and I can't get it to. I don't want to. How can you? I don't know how to use. Turns out I'm computer illiterate. I want to drag the dot along. I want to get to a different part of the show.
You want to fast forward?
Yes.
It's what you want to do, but
yes,
new technology doesn't allow you to get the feeling of fast forwarding.
It doesn't. If I hold that just. That's not far. That's not.
Anyway, you've done it.
But I want.
It was like that, but better.
I want the listeners to. I think we're going to do. We're going to end Periscope because it's on my phone. I can do it on my phone. So thanks for watching.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. And I want the listeners to be to experience this, just so that some people won't know who Adam Buxton is.
I remember the Adam and Joe show.
Yeah, well, that started about the same time as the 11 o'clock show. I remember always feeling very intimidated by him, and he's the nicest man. I did the Persuasionists with him. I think that's what we're going to talk about when he interviews me.
This again.
I don't. Right, hang on a minute. How do I turn the volume off on it? Right, okay.
Stop doing the advert.
I know. I don't want that one. It'll be worth it.
Well,
I know, because I've now set my podcast to delete. I really don't know how you work this bloody thing. So that plays. There we go. Here we go. Oh no, that's.
Used to fill it had with his father-in-law.
I might have
about how.
Hang on. There it is. This is it. I can't.
You're not very good at this, are you?
Hold your finger down. Slide your finger down to adjust the scrubbing rate.
With his film, an animated film that he is making. That
Hang on.
The danger of.
I don't want to. Here we go. It is.
Danger of getting.
But
together.
It's very inaccurate. It's a very.
We also had a couple of films. People
Here we go.
Even asked me for advice.
So he's coming on Thursday. Hopefully, he's going to come and interview me on Thursday.
If he picks up his emails.
A question of attitude.
Well, he lives out in the country, so he doesn't really get many emails.
No, there's another one.
Anyway, here we
Charlie
go.
Brooker.
Here we go.
This week. In fact, it might even be the longest one so far.
Here we go.
So perhaps you can enjoy it in several sittings. As I so often say to Santa, why don't we have a jingle?
This is brilliant. I can't stop singing. Let's have a ramble chat.
We'll focus first on this, then concentrate on that. Come on, let's chew the fat and have a ramble chat. Put on your conversation coat and find your talking hat. Yeah.
It's a lot of work for a very short jingle, but
good though, isn't it?
It's brilliant, and it's like Kenny Everett. His jingles are like Kenny, 'cause it's him. I think he does all the music and everything
in his bedroom,
and he's brilliant. And I'm deeply, and I think this is what's interesting is a lot of the conversations he has with people are about jealousy at the success of others, which, as you know, is something that I have struggled with and still struggle with. And I just find it's really interesting to hear people talking so openly about that kind of stuff that you don't really get in sort of showbiz interviews. And I worry that I dwell on that stuff too much, but I've always, and I'll say it here, and I'll probably say it to him, I've always been quite intimidated by Adam. Not in an aggressive way. There are some comedians who, there was one comedian in particular who bullied me, who's a bully, and I refused to work with them anymore because they were a bully. But Adam, I'm just in awe of him. I mean, I met him when I was doing the 11 o'clock show, and he was doing the Adam and Joe show, and I thought, oh man, you're the real deal. I'm a chancer, and you are the real deal.
Because he's bright, creative.
Yeah. And I was just
handsome,
there walking around like some stoner going,
talented.
How did I get this? All right, steady on. But then also, Joe goes off and writes and directs movies in America, and so he's kind of dealt with. And then we did the Persuasionists together, which was disappointing, to say the least. I thought it was quite funny. I didn't think it was very good, but I thought it was quite funny.
People have done worse and got away with it.
Oh, yeah. And I just thought, it was such a good team of people. It's like me, Adam, Simon Farnaby, who's in the Horrible Histories thing, Daisy, whose last name I can't remember, Jared Christmas, who's a brilliant stand-up, and it was Damon Beasley and Ian Morris who did the In-Betweeners, were like the brains, the producers behind it. And I thought, well, this can't fail. And then we did the pilot, and the pilot wasn't very funny. I think maybe we did 2 pilots. I know they did like 2 or 3 pilots. I was definitely in one. Harry Enfield was supposed to be in it. It was in the first read-through I was at. And we did 1 pilot. I remember thinking, this isn't very funny.
Oh, yeah.
This won't get made. And then it got made. And I thought it was all right. But I was focusing so much, because I'd never done, I'd never done an acting job as intense as that. And the first episode was fine because it was the pilot, and I knew it. But then you had less than a week to learn another 30-minute show, and it just frazzled my brain. I couldn't do it, so I wasn't really acting. I was just
remembering.
I was holding on to the words in chunks. It was a torturous experience, and I couldn't act. I was the weakest performer in it. But that was an awful period in my life. Michael Jackson died as well when we were filming it. Still,
as a direct result, or
got paid good cash. Favoured nations. Do you know what favoured nations is?
No.
Everyone gets the same amount. It's a weird phrase in showbiz.
Gosh.
What are they getting? Favoured nations. Oh, beautiful. Right, I'm in.
Well, they just say that everyone's getting the same.
Do you know what I should got for that? Have I told you I should got for that?
Go on.
Hang on a minute. Let's work it out. Let me work this out. I don't say this to be arrogant. I say this is the kind of
sort
crazy
of money that
money
they were throwing around.
It was 20 caths. 20 caths.
Well, do you know, I could be a disappointment for that.
Yeah, I mean,
could be a disappointment for half that.
The money was great, but this is why I've kind of, one of the reasons, and I'll be saying all that, you'll hear me saying all this again to Adam probably in this thing. It's one of the reasons I've given up chasing telly, because I keep getting my hopes up, right, thinking, this is it. I remember doing it, thinking, this could be I'm back on telly. And then I was crucified for it. And in fact, Adam does a very funny sketch online where it's him at his computer going, I'm just going to log on and read the reviews for The Persuasionist. Oh, look at this. The Guardian call it a triumph. Ricky Gervais says this is one of the funniest programmes I've ever seen. He goes on and on and on and on. And then suddenly he hears like an alarm clock, and then he wakes up in a forest screaming, goes, I must keep moving. Oh, bless him. Anyway.
Oh, you got an email.
Thanks, cool guy.
That might be him now. Have you jogged his memory?
No, it's not. It's not. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. Thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome.
I
I'm
enjoyed
obliged
that.
to be here.
It was a good show tonight.
Of course it was.
Ian, thank you very much.
No worries.
Thank you, dear listener. Thank you to all the callers. Back to her at 10. Until then, from all of us, ta-ta.
Talk Radio.
Join the Talk Nation.
Dial up and talk radio.
We'll get you talking.